What do you think it's like, Father? What's what like? Being crazy, mentally ill. Well, they never know they're ill, do they? I mean, you can't diagnose yourself with the same organ that has the disease, just like you can't see your own eyeball. I suppose you just feel regular, and the rest of the world seems to go crazy around you. Hello? Are you still there? Yes, son, I am. Just keep calm, okay? Nothing you're seeing is real. Look, I appreciate your time, but I'm starting to think there's nothing you can do to help me. Son, I'm going to be honest with you. We both know you're fucked. Excuse me? Your mom writes on the walls with her own shit. Great changes are coming to Dead World, my son. Waves of maggots over oceans of rot. You'll see it, David. You'll see it with your own eyes. Do you understand? David Wong and Father Shellnut. John dies at the end. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Public Access. This is a horror game that celebrates analog horror, creepypasta, and nostalgia for the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Um, sorry, Red Chat. So quick housekeeping stuff. Thank you to Lilabs VT for my lovely opening video. I asked her to help me with it, and she just made it for me. So thank her very much. Thank you to Rachel for giving me the time and space. And thank you to my players as always. And thank you to the lovely audience for being here. Um, with that being said, I'm going to have my wonderful players introduce themselves to you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ben Ravensdale. I'm going to be playing Declan Juniper, a rather taciturn knight security guard.
Hi, I'm Jane. I will be playing as Lottie Larkin, in a in a complete queer disaster who was trying her hardest who was trying her hardest even when everything sucked, but she does not give up.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I'm stolen fires pretty much everywhere, including here. Hi! And I play Isabeau, who is a trash fire also in her own special way.
I'm Steph. I'm playing Kato, resident vehicular manslaughter enthusiast. And yeah, it's going to be a great time.
And I am Aaron. My pronouns are she, they, they, and I am your keeper for these lovely dumpster fire people that I love very much. I mean, your characters, not you. You are all wonderful people, not dumpster fires. Your characters are dumpster fires, not you.
Yeah.
I'm still a dumpster fire. It's fine.
That's Ms. That's Ms. Dumpster Fire, I believe now, Rachel. Right?
Exactly.
Anyways, I'm going to do the kind of recap this session, just for everyone. We last week we resolved. We received rewards for the house on Escondido Street being resolved. I introduced the new mystery, Station 25.5, written by the lovely Steph. So we answered two questions. The first question we answered was for the Deep Lake Lurker. We decided that the Deep Lake Lurker is the transformed Jessica Stowski, which has unlocked the next question for our latch keys. If it's a transformed Jessica Stowski, how does the lake choose its victims? This is complexity 4. Answering it will present you the opportunity. Resolve the mystery by confronting Jessica Stowski and then performing a ritual to break the curse on the lake. We also answered the question for Dog Told Me To, which is who summoned the entity posing as Officer Barker? Was it intentional or accidental? Which was answered. Cassie is the one who summoned Cassandra Castle. I believe her last name has changed now. It is Cassandra March, because that is who adopted her. So Cassandra March summoned Officer Barker on accident. This has unlocked the next question. You have two options here. So, how can Officer Barker be untethered from Deep Lake? This is complexity 4, and the opportunity is resolve the mystery by performing an unbinding ritual. The second option, what kind of entity is Officer Barker and what does it want with Deep Lake? This is complexity 6. and it gives you the opportunity resolve the mystery by negotiating with the entity in exchange for its departure, or by luring it to you, then capturing or destroying it. Now, you may be wondering what's the difference between those two. The difference is if you only unbind Officer Barker, there is a possibility he will show up again later. The second option will remove him as a threat totally and completely. As for clues, you have none available for Deep Lake Lurker. They are all used to answer the first question. You have one available for Dog Told Me To, and you have 3 available for Station 25.5. The initial question has not been answered for that. And as a reminder, that question is, I lost it, my place on the mystery.
Want me to read it?
Please.
Is Station 25 from this world or the one beyond?
There we go. And that is complexity 2, and will unlock the next question. So you can answer that question now at a +1. Well, not now, but you can answer that question tonight at a +1 if you'd like, and it will unlock the next 2 potentials depending on how you answer. Oh, thank you, Reverend Benjamin Powers. It is nice to see you, by the way. I have not seen you in some time. So, I'm going to do a little rule bendy thing here because we kind of left off on a bit of a cliffhanger. We turned the key of the earworm. Well, I believe Steph turned the key of the earworm last week, and some choices were made by our players, and we, for time reasons, kind of left them unresolved in the sense that we didn't deal with the choices that were made. I think Declan will probably be safe for this because the consequences of calling his family will play out. However, Isabeau chose to have a little fling with her ex, which is Lottie's brother, and Kato decided to run over Benjamin Williams after he left his job as a barista. Speaking of keys, though, we have Lottie back with the party. Lottie, you have 2 keys we are owed. I will start with you doing those keys, please, and then we're going to do a little coda to the night phase for at least Isabeau and Kato, and probably Lottie, since you've already told me what you're planning.
Yes. So, it's for to me. It's the same kind of. It's the same questions as everyone else.
Yeah, so first do Key of the Cave Dweller. So activity you did for fun with your family.
Oh yes, yes. Yeah, we flash back to Lottie and her family soon after, not long after they had moved to Deep Lake, and sort of struggling to get, and all of them were struggling to adapt. Since it was a thing, it was a rather short-sighted decision. But the first time they ever went out together as a family to do something fun that they could not do in their previous town, it was to try out something they couldn't do in their previous town: swim in the lake. They just went. Lottie with her dad and brother just went. Just decided to. Let's go over to the woods and swim in the lake. Let's go over to the woods, swim in the lake, and they actually had a fun time. There wasn't any kind of place like that in their old town. And Lottie, and actually, I think that was the first time Lottie swam somewhere that wasn't a pool or a tub, and so she was nervous. So she was nervous about it, but it went great. So it's a nice happy memory from a child that won't at all be horribly tainted by what she learns about that lake. Because what she's learning about that lake and this mystery. And her earworm is that Lottie has the intrusive thought to kiss Kato.
All right. So, We're gonna do a dawn phase, and then we'll just call it the day phase when we deal with consequences of these, but it will not be literal day. So, dawn phase. Let's do. There will be no mystery introduced, so I don't have to worry about that.
Did you say you wanted to do a coda to the night phase?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I just changed my mind partway through as I want to do. I'm just gonna make it part of the day phase,
You're the
but it will.
GM.
It'll like for example, it will be the day phase, but Kato will definitely be rolling the night move for running someone over with a motorcycle. Anyways, so
I would work something over. That'll be a dice roll.
So let's do our dawn questions. I believe there are people who are almost definitely going to advance right now as well. We'll start. I'm just going to go left to right. So Kato. Well, first thing for everyone, no mystery was resolved last week. Oh, Lottie, you do need to mark an XP because a mystery was resolved while you were gone. So go ahead and mark an XP for that.
Got it.
Great. Kato, did you receive a signal from the other side?
Yes. I don't remember what it was. Let me check. Because it's in the Odyssey tape thing here. Clicking button. Watched. I think it was in the paint the scene. Yeah, the antenna whiskers.
Ah, okay. Yes. Wonderful. All right. So that
Like
will
antennae
be
and radio antennae.
yes. That'll be next week for you. Did you go out of your way to reconnect with Deep Lake?
Yeah, that was talking shit to Benjamin's mom with Isabeau. And then, later other things will happen, but whatever.
Yeah. Did you deliver a chilling monologue about something that happened to you in the past?
Yeah, when everyone was being like, yeah, everything is weird actually. And Kato was like, yeah, I've been new.
All right. So that is 3 XP for Kato. Lottie, I don't know if you like this. This will be a challenge for all of us, I think, because I think it's 3 weeks back for you. Did you share a good memory? I think actually I know the answer to this. You did share a good memory from your childhood because
Yeah,
it was a
sure.
scene with Elliot in Elliot's room before you lured him.
Yes.
So you will get next.
Explained with my lengthy flashback.
Yes. And then did you go out of your way to reconnect with Deep Lake? I don't remember from the last time you were here, to be perfectly honest.
I could see using Elliot as an example of that, or alternatively, we could spin her hanging out with her brother.
Oh.
As that.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give a thumbs up to that. So go ahead and mark an XP for that too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move over to Isabeau. Did you receive a signal from the other side?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Did you go out of your way to reconnect with Deep Lake? I think your earworm choice is a big yes.
Yeah.
Reconnect. That's what they're calling it now.
Yeah,
I mean, there was
very-
definitely some connecting going on.
Plug into outlet.
Did you deliver a chilling monologue about something that happened to you in the past?
This session, no. I don't think so.
All right, so that is an XP for Isabeau, which I think is an advance for you.
Yay!
So Declan, did you receive a signal from the other side?
Yes. At least it's marked off because you told me to mark it off last time. I forget exactly what it was, but
Yeah, I think
distinctly
you
remember that.
I have to go look at the Odyssey tape. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yep. Because you do your tape narration was about honoring your father and mother and stuff, and I think it happened in there. You
that's
did something
right,
with your
that's right.
family. Yeah. All right. So yes, that is an XP there. Were you vulnerable with someone?
I don't particularly think so, because I think last session was when I talked to the old man at the lake.
Yeah.
And I was more like really super critical of him, but I don't think I had an opportunity to be vulnerable with anybody else. We
Yeah,
talked about I tried to use an example of like aliens existing, and that got derailed when I was talking with everybody else. That's not really vulnerability. That's more
No.
aggravation.
Yeah, I was say it could have happened with Jessica Stowski's dad if you had like talked about your trauma with the lake. But yeah, that didn't happen. Did you go out of your way to reconnect with Deep Lake? I think very much.
Yeah.
Yes, you were at literal Deep Lake.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so mark an XP there, which I think will also give you an advanced +1. You have an XP marked.
Yeah.
So go ahead and pick those, and then if you pick a move, let me know which move you're taking and tell everyone what it does, please. So
I think I'm gonna increase my sensitivity by 1.
excellent.
Because that couldn't possibly turn out badly.
No, there's definitely not tons of prompts in the mystery. Like, put this to the latchkey with the highest sensitivity.
I am so down for Declan being that guy.
I think it's Declan's journey has been interesting because, like, Declan ended up being the spooky one, kind of, in the stuff he engages with, and then also ended up being dad, accidentally.
very much against what he wanted. Yeah.
So we'll hop into our day phase now, which we're going to who to start with. I think the easiest way. Yeah, well, I'll put this to Declan and Ispo. Do you want to have a scene regarding the earworm now, or do you just want to like have that unfurled during like you all meeting up again?
I think now would be better just so it can inform like how we behave later.
Okay, great. Declan?
Sorry, my camera's all messed
Yeah.
up, and I don't know why. Sorry. I think later makes more sense.
Okay, great. So we'll start with Isabeau then. That's the most, I think, pressing thing that happens. So my question, when you're texting with, I forget, what is your brother's name again, Lottie? I wrote it down and
Chuck Jr. Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
that's
Chuck.
right. Yes.
He's Chuck Jr.
And your dad is Jess. Okay. So, in the course of your texting with Chuck, Isabeau, are you going over there? Are you inviting him to the house on Rodenbecker?
Oh, I don't think Isabeau could deal with the questions and the looks and the everything from her housemates, especially Lottie. If he came
But
over
Lottie's
here,
not there. Oh,
So that
You know-
I will bring.
Isabeau's like, she could show up at any time. I don't know, so I'm just gonna go over there.
Okay. We will not focus on the contents of what happens over there, for Twitch reasons. Check our OnlyFans. Just that's the we don't
Subscribe
have
to
an
Patreon
OnlyFans.
for the uncensored cut.
So you will wake up the next day at to the Larkins' home next to Chuck. Probably a little, I think, because of the nature of the key, a little confused about why you're here and why you decided to do this.
I
Scene
think
is
it's worth
yours.
mentioning. I think it's worth mentioning that regarding the extended uncensored cut, it is just a bad Skinemax like grainy footage episode. So
Yes,
take that
fully.
for what it's worth.
God. So, I think any sort of confusion that Isabeau feels, she just pushes down along with every other complicated emotion she is currently feeling.
So Chuck is currently asleep. My question to you: are you trying to do an Irish goodbye?
Oh,
Yes.
spares the Irish.
I am deeply Irish and a lover of their folklore and the Fae
I mean-
especially.
I have an Irish wedding ring as my wedding ring, so I'm allowed.
Yeah. My partner is a Fae. I'm allowed to say it.
So she's not going to be a complete bitch about it, she's going to find like some piece of paper somewhere and a pen and just leave a note. Thanks for the great time. Had to jet. Text me later. With no intention of answering his texts. No, she'll say,
Wonderful.
I'll text you later. And then just like collect her panties, sneak out with her shoes in her hand, do the walk of shame.
So the stakes aren't super high here. I'm gonna call this the day move.
Okay.
For you to sneak out unaccosted by either potentially Lottie, who might still be there, and the family, because I'm just gonna go out of limb and assume your brother still lives at home. Sorry, Chuck. Sorry, Chuck Jr.
I mean, if it's a family business, it makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
A reminder of family relation. Chuck Senior is dead.
Oh, Chuck Sr. is dead. Okay, so
so
your
the
brother
house
probably
could be inherited.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Like your brother might be managing it. Older brother, right? Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your older brother might be managing the finance, and your mom's still like living there with him. So
I actually had a odd backstory I thought of for the mother, but I have left that undefined intentionally.
okay, yeah, for key turns, that's fair. So yeah, we're going to call it the day move. What are you worried is going to happen if you get caught leaving by either Lottie or Mom?
An awkward conversation with someone.
Okay, that seems fair to me. Go
Okay.
ahead and roll. You are sneaking, so I guess vitality? No, composure. I like composure better.
Okay.
Roll composure.
That is a mild success.
Okay. So I think you will make it out of the house quietly. I think the complication will be as the door shut. Lottie, you've probably been staying over, spending time with family. The door closing wakes you up, and you happen to catch a glimpse of Isabeau leaving, getting into her vehicle and leaving your house.
Yeah, I think. It's a and he's gonna go, yes.
Yes. All
She
right.
is over eager.
All right, so we're gonna rewind a little bit for Kato's scene because I'm pretty sure you did it in the evening. Kato, you have this little thing in your brain that you need to teach this piece of shit a lesson for what
Yeah.
you did to your friend.
She has taken off the license plate, all of the, anything identifying on the motorcycle. No more brand sponsorships on the side.
That's
But
bad.
the
That hints at premeditation.
It really
Yes.
does.
Yes, it does.
Oh, but the Circle K
Alright.
sponsorship. Where will you be without them? Without them?
Describe to me, is this a stalking hit and run, or do you just see him and blaze it, or do you want describe to me how you're running him over? I guess is what I'm asking for.
I think she follows behind at probably, I don't know, a good couple dozen feet back, and her bike is pretty much all black, and she has her motorcycle helmet on and the visor down. So even though she can't see very well, no one can for sure see her. And when he turns onto a back street, Kato turns as well, then flips on her brights and revs twice before just fucking gunning it at him and doing a wheelie.
Right. So this is definitely the night move.
Yeah.
What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail this roll?
Honestly, she's scared she's gonna fuck up her bike.
it's worse than that. You absolutely will fuck up your bike. And I think rather than causing you physical harm, the act of doing this will kill Benjamin Williams.
Is that worse?
I was gonna
I
say,
mean,
I don't get the
murder-
feeling that that's considered
It's worse
a
for
bad
somebody. Yeah.
Murder in a small town is worse. I mean, if you prefer, it's you getting grievously injured and dying. I can do that too. It felt more great to me to make you deal with potentially murdering someone, and also tempt you to take the failure if you roll it.
Well, yeah.
Let's see. What you only have the next victim. I don't think that's going to apply here, so you may roll normally. I think this is composure or vitality to keep the bike from fucking up. I think
Hell
probably,
yeah.
I have a
yeah.
quick question about that
Sure.
for the condition. Because I was the last one to visit the lake. I didn't get in the water. I didn't get in the
Yes,
water. Sorry.
that's why I was gonna say I specifically asked you, are you getting into the water? Otherwise, because it would
Sorry
have.
for intruding.
No worries. No, it would. I would have absolutely transferred it to you had you stepped in the water.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and roll night move with I think vitality. I think that's the appropriate roll here.
Not composure to keep your nerve while doing a murder.
No, I think it's the strength to keep your bike on course to do the awful thing you want to do.
Yeah, all right, fair. I think do I want to mark an item for this? Because that would be really funny.
I will hear an argument for one of your corner of the house items. All right. I could say.
I think okay. It's a great idea. So I think that Krato was originally not going to accept this endorsement contract, but when she gets back after the fact, I think she's going to sign the sponsorship contract for a casket company.
All right. Go ahead and mark that. That's good for me.
What kind of sponsor is that for a
That's
motorcycle?
right. That's why she didn't want to take it at first, but then she's like, "Well, I guess I did kill someone with this motorcycle." Or whatever happens. It's
Yeah.
fitting.
All right. So roll with advantage then. Vitality night move.
Yeah.
You tell me how it goes down, Steph. Kato. Sorry.
So I think that as soon as the lights go on and the engine revs, we see Benjamin turn around with shock in his eyes, quickly turning into fear and terror, and he stumbles backward, falling down onto the pavement with his hands behind him, and he holds one up in front of him as the tire just collides right with his head. And I don't think Kato stops to see if she actually finished him off or not. She just drives away after the fact, right to a car wash. Like a do-it-yourself car wash.
Yeah, for sure. Not the auto. Oh God, going through an automatic car wash on a motorcycle could be fun.
I mean, you'll be clean by the end of it.
All right.
You may also be maimed.
So as far as you know, we will fast forward to the next day now. We'll still be the day phase. So you've come home after cleaning your vehicle off of whatever might have been. There's definitely some stuff on it. You cannot run someone over with a motorcycle without leaving some trace of them on your motorcycle. So yeah, you'll clean it off and bring it back home. So we will pick up the next day. Isabeau, you come back from your drive of shame. Lottie, I assume you're probably not far behind.
And no, after spending some time with her brother, she's decided to go back. Lottie has decided to go back to Rappaport Street.
Rodenbecker.
Rodenbecker, that's it.
Yeah, Escondido's the bad one. So, Isabel, you arrive. Is any Declan? I have a question for you. You had a fucked up evening. You saw a fucked up doctor threw your phone at his face, and then you called your family that you've been estranged from. Did Declan sleep well, or is Declan awake early this a.m.?
Kids are at Casey's place, right?
They did stay at Casey's place, yes, because you guys watched an Odyssey tape.
Declan
You didn't want the risk of the very obvious chance of them sneaking down to watch it.
Yeah. Okay. Declan probably would have helped himself to some of Isabeau's whatever booze du jour was in the cupboard.
I believe bourbon is her specialty.
In a like just a red Solo cup, just full of it. And so he probably would have slept like the dead, which is rare for
Great.
him.
Excellent. All right. So Isabeau, you come home to I assume Kato's probably sleeping peacefully after doing something that made her very happy.
So-
I'm
Just
just
like to
going
say, I'm-
to maybe suggest that Kato gets home right before Lottie does, because I think that would be a good setup for the earworm
Oh.
scene.
Okay, sounds good. So Isabeau, you arrive, house is quiet, no one's awake yet. You've, as far as you know, pulled off your little evening soiree. Soiree. The word, you know, the
Assignation.
Soiree.
Assignation.
soiree. There we go. English hard. Well, that's French, but whatever.
Yeah, so I think that, alright, so Isabeau starts, going through the motions of getting the coffee prepped. She sees some bourbon left in the red Solo cup and is like, who the fuck drank my nice bourbon out of a red... Like, she's not upset that someone drank the bourbon, she's upset they drank it out of a Solo cup.
The question is answered by Declan being passed out on the couch next to said word Solo cup. Just gonna say that.
Okay, perfect.
So, I'm gonna say
Like,
she
you uncover a pillow from his head. You see
She
you have the pillow from his
picks
head.
up the
That's how you know.
Solo cup and dumps whatever bourbon is left in it into her coffee.
Waste not, want not.
Wonderful.
And then her plan is to drink her coffee, wake up a little bit more, go take a shower, and then start the rest of her day.
Wonderful. So I believe, Declan, you can arrive, quote unquote, in the preceding scenes whenever you'd like. However, I think Lottie and Kato will be almost simultaneously. I think probably a little staggered, but yeah. So Lottie, you'll pull up to the house again.
Yeah.
And I think, Lottie, you see, as you're pulling in, you see Kato stepping off her motorcycle, and she pulls off her helmet and swishes her hair back and forth, which is now down because she didn't want to have it up in a ponytail while having a helmet on. So
Yeah.
she swishes her hair around and runs her hands through it before starting to
Yeah.
walk over to
Yeah,
the door.
Yeah, Lottie's van drives up. She looks and it keeps going. Then turns turns around and then pulls into the driveway. He's like, come on, come on, all Larkin. We can get it. We can. I know. It's like we both come in. You come in first. And when Lottie steps in, she is going to eye Isabeau and smirk knowingly. Yeah, because she's not gonna try to embarrass you in public by asking you where you were, but you could tell Lottie knows. Lois Lottie knows.
I think Kato turns around, realizing that you're here, and says, "Oh, so you didn't leave after all, then?"
What? What? No, I didn't leave. Want to go visit want to go visit Chuck.
How much Chuck could a woodchuck? I don't fucking know, actually.
And believe me, him and my dad heard that one a lot. Not to, sometimes from me, but anyway. What's important is that that I now got a little better idea of what what home I'm fighting to save, right? What home I'm looking to investigate right now. I just needed a break after the haunted house, after the creepy haunted house on Escondido Street. Hey, so what have you guys been up to since then?
Oh yeah, that's right. Elliot's back now,
uh,
and Abigail. I mean, they're not here,
Yeah.
but like they're at
Yeah,
Casey's place right now. But whatever.
yeah. Oh, good for them. Yeah. But I didn't, and the newspapers didn't say anyone else drowned in the lake, so I guess that's good. So I guess you guys wrapped that one up.
Nah,
Oh.
no. Actually, I think it's trying to drown me.
As a what? Oh.
Yeah, like with water.
Oh, really? I thought it was going to try to drown you with Coke. You're trying to drown you with Coke.
No, that's only on the weekends.
I meant new Coke, whatever. I meant Coke.
It's a fate worse than death.
Okay. Declan, early to rise.
At some point, Declan reclaimed the pillow that had been removed from over his face and put it back over his face.
Anyway, I've had like a lot happen tonight, so I'm gonna go step out on the back patio and smoke a clove or two. Do any of you want to come join me?
I'm good with the clothes.
Are you?
I will after a shower. I desperately need one.
Yeah, you look a little sweaty. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You sure? Like a little red in the face. Do you have a fever?
Didn't get a lot of sleep last
Body in the
night. I'm
background is
fine.
just quivering her mouth.
Yeah? All right. I mean, fair. Have fun in the shower, I guess. Don't fall in or whatever.
So
Don't
Isaba-
tell her what to do. You're not the boss of her.
True. It's got me there.
So Isaba goes to shower. Declan is still nursing a hangover, I presume, on the
Mhm.
couch.
Pop-Tarts.
Kato,
Lots of Pop-Tarts.
there are plenty. You did just pseudo adopt a bunch of children, so there are many a Pop-Tart in this house currently.
Two children. Two
children,
not a
yes.
bunch.
And kind of an adult. You might have adopted a
Yeah,
Casey
your
too.
Kato. Oh, sorry, you meant Casey.
Yeah. The shade. The shade. So, Kato and Lottie, you step out on the back porch. While we're here, I will ask Kato a question real quick. Are you planning on identifying your clue from The Truth Is Out There today, or am I?
Do you have something in mind?
I don't, but I can make up some buck wild shit on the fly.
I love buck wild shit. Gimme.
All right, we will not have you find it out there because I want this to be the earworm scene. So
I don't mind doing both. Lottie can have. I don't mind Lottie finding something in her pockets. It ends up being weird. Because like the moment she comes back here, is like, what the hell? What? Why did I think this was a good idea?
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you both step out onto the back porch to have your actually super gross clothes. I was discussing this at Rachel's wedding, how gross clothes are. Why did we ever smoke them?
Yeah. And it's look, I'm new to I'd have smoked gotta smoke something other than this cigarette. Cigarette.
There's. What do you mean, other than the cigarette? This is like basically
Cold.
worse for you, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I was kind of surprised when you agreed.
Uh,
You, no offense, but you're kind of like a bit of a square.
I'm not a square. I'm straight edge.
Like a square is.
Yeah. Oh,
In
that's
fact,
what
I
that,
think they have 4 of them.
oh, that's what that phrase means. Inside that means everyone they kept out for. It's like hey, oh, it's like hey, oh, it's like I thought it would. Yeah, I thought you were good. I thought cloves was a euphemism for marijuana.
No, I would have just asked if you wanted to smoke weed.
Yeah.
I don't have any right now. I used it.
I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any either. They're my brother freaked out.
I mean, if you did, then I would be a little upset that you weren't sharing.
Yeah, well, of course I'd share with you if I had any. But,
You need a light?
yeah. Yeah. Well, no, because I got nothing to smoke.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna deep. You said you had a cigarette or something. Do you not? Do you want a clove? I can give you one. I roll them. It's not that hard.
And she like pulls the cigarette out. It's not. She pulls the cigarette out. It's not to smoke. It's a memento. Memento. My dad smoked.
Okay.
And died of lung cancer. Sure. So I
mean, that's cool, I guess.
No, it's not. Just cigarettes smell like home to me, even though I don't. But not dumb enough to kill my body that way. Anyway, I'm done. Yeah, kind of.
I mean, good call. Those cigarettes had fiberglass in them.
Yeah, kind of made taking care of my body better care of my body a bigger priority the past few years.
Kato takes a big drag and says, "Good time, not a long time."
Yeah. A little time in my life where I thought it'd be short time and bad time. So.
I mean, that sounds like a self-actualization type thing right there.
Well, yeah.
Maybe just kind of assume that you're gonna kick ass. That's what I do.
I'm trans. Of course, I self-actualize.
What does that have to do with it? What? No, just hang out, man. Just be you. Just chill. It doesn't have to be all that serious.
I want to, believe me, and the problem is the way I thought to do that is just, go through the motions, do what you think is expected of you, and assume it'll just be worth it at some point. And
so you were told to be yourself, and you took that as be the myself that everyone else wants me to be, not be myself.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yes, it is.
I can make a suggestion. And she takes another drag. Maybe stop doing that.
Yeah, I'm not in the army anymore.
Oh, well, that's good.
That was kind of the last grasp to figure out it. That's grasp of my a cis heteronormativity, trying to hang on, and and uh, and uh, and then I came and came back home from my tour, and my dad wasn't here waiting for me, so I decided to stop being the person I thought he wanted me to be. Yeah, and try being someone else.
How's
I
that
think-
working out for you?
Yeah. Hey, well, I'm a lot less depressed from this.
Well, that's good.
I'm a lot I'm just as anxious though. Just as just really annoying. I really thought this would fix more problems than just that one.
Wait, hold on. Backtrack. You thought that discovering that you're one of the most marginalized people would relieve anxiety?
Yeah. Hey, why didn't? Yeah, I wasn't thinking that far ahead at the time. I was thinking, oh, I would be happier as myself first.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're happy, but like the anxiety thing is a little out there. I'm just putting it there out. I mean, like, I guess it's not my place to say I'm not trans. My girlfriend is, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I know. I just, kind of when you spend a lifetime being jealous of women and thinking they have it better than you, and you kind of assume you actually would have it better if you were like them.
I mean, you are though.
So,
Thanks.
Lottie,
Thanks.
speaking of anxiety, one of my least favorite symptoms of that is intrusive thoughts. And I feel like this is when yours manifests during this conversation.
I think that moment where Steph says that would be enough. And also her casually mentioning having a trans girlfriend.
Yeah.
When that's... He's like, oh, thanks, Kato. That means a lot.
Ah, I mean, it's not like hard to see. I mean, even if you didn't choose to present femme, then it's still pretty clear to just easy to fucking respect people's personal boundaries. She says, clearly projecting a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's not always as hard as it seems. Maybe just not quite used to feeling the way you kind of deserve to feel.
I mean, personally, I don't think deserving has anything to do with it. Just grab what makes you happy and go.
With that grabs you.
I think in surprise, Lottie gets a mouthful of clove smoke. Whoa.
What the?
I just inhaled. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting, I didn't think me. You good?
What did you? Yeah.
You have asthma?
Declan's gonna be like standing like off to the side, kind of rubbing his head. He's gonna be like, normally you smoke it directly from the cigarette. This is weird.
Perfect.
Not helping, Declan. I'm okay with just cutting the scene there.
I was literally what's about to happen. So Isabel, you hear like snippets while you're in the shower, of this transpiring downstairs. Not enough to really piece together, but some weird shit, some wild shit happened downstairs while you were showering. And then you'll come down, and however that has played out, I think we will find the latchkeys in sort of congregated in the house, unless you're going to tell me otherwise. Like if Kato, I doubt Kato doesn't seem like the type to run after that shenanigans. Is Lottie sticking around for the consequences of having just gone for it and it gone real bad?
Yes, she
Okay.
is.
Great.
Because
I'm sorry, my beloved Drea. I didn't know. Anyways, so
That's even better. I love that.
yeah, we have reminded my partner of her past. Congratulations, everyone. So latchkeys have congregated once more. I will give you the scene, but I'll also ask what everyone would like to accomplish today.
well, in personal goals, Lottie would like to try that again without
Noted.
getting it.
Uh,
But she's not going to advertise that to everybody.
Fair enough.
Isabeau would like to continue investigating Station 25.5.
Okay, that's good. You kind of figure that since you've bribed Carlene Host that you can for at least a couple days have easy access.
I might Declan might tag along with Isabeau and take a slight pause on the Deep Lake situation because of the whole blue thing on the neck and weird doctor thing last night.
Okay.
I feel like, yeah.
Well, you have heard from, I will say for clarification, you did talk, the conversation got interrupted obviously, but the officer did let you know that she had the blue mark. She did not mention seeing the doctor. She did mention hearing the song, which you have heard yourself now. You're pretty sure it is related to the station, at least. If you want to go with Isabeau or if you want to take your own route, just putting that out there for you. Lottie, Kato, what is on your agenda?
I think Lottie would be interested in Declan's situation. She's like, did you get lucky with the Blue Man group last night?
I think I fell asleep on a pen.
I could not help myself.
I think I fell asleep on a pen or something.
Who remind me? Let me check the mystery. Who noticed the blue mark? Was it?
It was Declan.
Declan. Oh, okay, never mind. Declan can lie his ass off then. Continue.
I think I fell asleep on a pen or something. I don't know. Anyway, we going or what?
I think that Kato has some, actual, real, I guess, job stuff to do now. She has to go and get her motorcycle re-decaled and send off that signed contract. So I guess she's going to run errands.
Okay, sounds good. Run me. Oh, good lord, goodness. This is a joke because Aaron sounds like Aaron's. For those that don't get that dumb joke, it happens. It's happened to me my entire life. So
it took me 1 second too long to figure it out.
Such a stupid joke. I'm so sorry, everyone. Anyways,
I
Lottie,
appreciated it.
what is Lottie planning to do with her day?
Today, let's see. Wallow in self-pity, pity into 11. And I think she can fit in some mystery solving. I think she can fit in mystery solving and helping out Declan and Isabeau.
Okay, you're gonna do it. Oh, so Kato is going off by herself. I see. Interesting. Okay. Noted. So, Lottie, Isabeau, Declan to the station. Kato doing errand stuff. I would like to point out that you did answer a question for Dog Told Me To, but no.
Oh, that's right. Actually, yeah, she would go and start talking to Cassie. Thanks for reminding me.
Good. I was gonna say because Dog Told Me To was besides answering a question, Dog Told Me To was completely ignored investigation wise last week.
Yeah.
So there we go. So Kato is gonna go talk to Cassie.
Pick her up
Let's-
and we can run errands together.
So are you probably gonna call her? Where are you planning to meet her? Kato, we're gonna start with you.
She'd probably just pick her up at her house.
Sounds good. I don't think we've gone to their house yet. Or at least not been inside. Yeah. Oh, it's not in a proper location anyway. I don't think. Anywho, so yeah, you go to meet up with Cassie. I will say, Kato, you're alone. Headed to a location. You're listening to your typical punk, indie punk stuff. A song that is very much not on your playlist immediately starts playing, and it is Eiffel 65's Blue. You can Declan, you can go ahead and remove the Feeling Blue condition, and Kato, you can go ahead and take the Feeling Blue condition. And Declan, when we get to you, you will notice the mark has disappeared.
Excellent. I think she tries turning off the radio a couple of times, which when it doesn't work, she just very begrudgingly starts singing along.
So you pull up at the March residence, Kato. Cassie is not outside waiting for you. You presume still getting ready. The second you park and turn your bike off, the song ends. But until then, it is following you the whole way there.
Mm-hmm.
What is Kato doing? Are you waiting outside, or are you gonna go?
Yeah, I think she's gonna go and knock on the door.
Okay.
Put the kickstand down.
Yep. So it takes maybe a few seconds, and then door pops open. You're childhood friends with Cassie, so you know her mom Deborah well, or at least you used to. She opens the door to you and is like, she's wearing a nice red, white, and blue blouse. You know, very, very, very patriotic. This family, and she's like, "Oh, hello. Can I help you?" It's pretty. Yeah, she doesn't. I figure she probably doesn't recognize you. She hasn't seen you in a decade.
Yeah, I think Kato sort of takes her helmet off and puts her hair up and looks and she's like, "Hey, Miss M, it's Kato from,
Oh,
you know."
no, it's so good to see you. Come in. Can I get you something? Are you hungry? Thirsty?
Yeah, actually, I would love some water. That'd be great.
Oh, wonderful. I just made a batch of pink lemonade. So let me go get you a glass. Cassie's still getting ready in her room if you want to go see her. I'll bring it right over to you.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks. She'll go and head up to Cassie's room.
So you walk into Cassie's room. It looks very much like you remember it. 90s rock queens, Pepto pink walls. There's a graduation portrait, which I think probably pictures you like giving the middle finger or something.
Yeah, it tracks.
And there's a TV stand stuffed with animals and a TV VCR. Let's paint the scene, shall we? Cassandra led a fairly charmed life with a loving family despite the circumstances that brought her there in the first place. For those that don't remember, her younger brother potentially brutally murdered her entire family, and he has been locked up ever since. So, what do you see that suggests she never stopped being curious about her birth family? This is for everyone.
I think there are discontinued Officer Barker plushies, like collectible ones, different editions.
Oh boy, she's got some issues. Okay, yep.
I like the idea of of it being some sort of meat, like it. There could be a scrapbook of pictures, but I think for analog, I like the idea that there's an old video camera camera with cassettes. It has like home movies. She's saying.
Okay.
You want more detail of the home movie?
No, that's
Are
if they come
there
up, I'm more than happy to supply them.
are there more paint the scene questions, or is that the only one?
The only one is, what do you see that suggests she never stopped being curious about her birth family in her bedroom?
There is sticking out from so she's got the normal pile of oh, she wouldn't have homework papers because she's probably graduated by now.
She has graduated, yeah. She's about the same age as Kato. So.
Okay. So she'd probably have like magazines and newspapers on her desk, but at the very bottom there is a manila envelope, and inside are clippings of news articles from local papers following her family and her brother's case.
Yeah. That leaves you, Ben.
So I was gonna say that I imagine she has like old diaries and stuff like that. I imagine one of those diaries is a little bit different from the others in that it has a whole bunch of pages from like phone books and things like that with that are, and they're from phone books from kind of around the area, not just here in Deep Lake, where the pages have been torn out, and basically it's all pages with her mom's maiden names, like family, like her mom's maiden name, and then her dad's family name as well, and then like lots of them like kind of crossed out and everything like that, and then like some that were like kind of like there's question marks next to them, and some of them are circled, and you know, just indicating that she clearly like reached out to people that could theoretically have been related to her mom and dad.
Okay, excellent, love it.
Maybe obsessively.
I mean, tracks for how you answered the question about who summoned Officer Barker. So, Kato, yeah, she's just doing hair and makeup stuff, just kind of, you know.
Hey, Cassie.
You bitch! Do you know
Yeah,
that I didn't notice the joint you put on me until I was at work? They thought I had been smoking weed all fucking day. I mean, yes, I did go smoke it later because at that point, sunk cost, but what the fuck?
Well, you were stressed, and I don't know. It's kind of funny.
If I had not been going to work, yes, it would have been very funny.
I mean, I don't know. That guy gave you any more trouble at work?
Oh, it's the craziest thing. The police called me this morning. Apparently someone ran him over. He's in like the ICU now.
Oh, dang. She says, dripping with so much care.
So what's up? Did you get anywhere with the whole, I mean, that whole weirdness?
Yeah, so how do I put this? So you know how like the other night, it might have been a couple weeks ago. I don't quite remember honestly, but remember how I was telling you about the house on Escondido Street and all of the weird shit?
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah, and you said that you believed me, right?
Of
And
course.
and then when I asked, "Are you bullshitting me?" you said you wouldn't lie about that.
Yeah.
Okay. You might have summoned Officer Barker.
What?
You might have summoned Officer Barker. You might have summoned him, and I was trying to kill you. Yeah. And so,
Treading very lightly, the Kato.
She's
She's already treaded heavily on someone else. So
yeah, presence of
nice.
0. Okay, what do you expect?
I guess we should be glad you aren't sticking another person under your tread.
So I'm trying to think because I'm gonna call for the meddling move because her reaction to you saying this is not one of guilt. Like you watch her process it, what you just told her, and then she's starting like that look when like someone is thinking about the stuff they've done. Like how could I have done this? So I'm gonna ask for the meddling move, and I feel like reason just because you're trying to like calculate body language here. If you have a different argument, I'll hear it. But reason seems the most logical to me.
I think either reason or presence would make sense, and they're the same score either way. So
Okay, so yeah, let's just call it reason then.
9.
All right, so you're watching her, and she like in the like her eyes kind of dart to the paint the scene that Ben did with the pages of the phone book. And you see it kind of like darting around the room to like stuff she's been up to. Let's see. And you see in that little manila folder something sticking out that is not a yellow page. The complication here is you'll have to press Cassie on this and risk something to get her to show you this clue. You will get the clue, but it will be at a cost.
For sure. I think that when her eyes dart to the envelope, I think Kato's just going to kind of look at her and start walking slowly toward it.
What are you doing?
Cassie.
It's normal that I'd want to know where I came from, okay?
I don't think that's a phone book page, Cassie. I remember doing the phone book thing with you when we were little. I remember it, going through all of the ones with March and, Bienvenidas. I know that's
All right.
a literal word, but whatever.
You can't tell anyone, okay? You have to promise me right now. If you tell anyone, I'll know.
I literally murdered someone for you. I mean, I literally... Shit! Fuck!
All right, let's call for the day move right now.
Well, hey, now it's mutual blackmail.
Yeah!
This is definitely presence.
Okay.
What is Kato afraid will happen if you fail this roll?
That Cassie's not as ride or die as she thinks she is.
I think that's 100% accurate. She will rat you out to the police, yes. Go ahead and roll with presence. No, next victim won't apply here. All right.
8.
So I will say we will get to the consequences of this later. But the gist of the consequence is going to be here that Cassie is going to have blackmail over you and will leverage it against you in the future. Are you going to proceed with this or back down? You're muted.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna mark a key just because I want to give lore.
Okay.
I
go
love
ahead.
that complication, but I really just want a monologue.
All right, go ahead and mark a key. We will come back to that. Let's cut over to our trio on the way to station 25.5. So, you three had Isabel. You've driven this before, not a big deal.
Declan,
got-
where'd your hickey go?
Sorry, say that again.
Sorry. So, hey, Declan, what happened to where'd your hickey go?
As soon as Lottie asks that question, Isabel just turns the music up on the radio.
It's funny you mentioned that. The music cuts out, and there's a broadcast that comes through. Police are still confused after 3 orderlies, a nurse, and 2 New Mexico State police officers have been found murdered after the escape of Benjamin Castle. Any potential information would be appreciated, and number goes through. And then back to the music.
Well, that's messed up.
Do we know that Kato went to go talk to Cassie?
I think
I'll-
Kato just said she was gonna go do errands.
Yeah,
I
so she did say
I s-
errands.
Still think Declan being Declan would be like, I should call Kato and let her know. So yeah, Declan's gonna call Kato
Okay.
from his slightly messed up cell phone.
Nokia?
Yeah.
It's 2004.
Uh,
Everyone has a Nokia.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
Or a
they were-
Motorola
they were-
Razor.
I
You
had
want
a
the-
Nokia. I had a Nokia in 2004.
Nokias are still like they will be the cell phones that the cockroaches use in the far future when all of humanity is dust. So
Steph needs to step away for a moment, so we'll say you try. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Steph's back.
okay.
So we will time the phone call when you arrive at the station, so we can get everyone else a little framed. So Isabeau, Lottie, and Declan, you all arrive, get out of the car. Declan, you had just heard that broadcast as you parked. You make up your mind to call Kato to be like, hey, Isabeau and Lottie, what are you going to do?
So Isabeau just sort of commented like, wow, that's messed up. And she will just keep driving because she has filed this.
I'm going to say you were parking as this happened. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so...
You have arrived.
I suppose, just walk around the building first, just to see if there's anything that jumps out at her, anything weird or out of place.
I will say we painted the scene last week, so the weird posters that y'all described are on the outside of it.
Hey, you guys have been busy, huh? What? What? Wait, is this related to that kid who disappeared while listening to the radio?
So for clarification, he died in his vehicle.
Oh, he died. Is that related to that kid who died? Kid who died? Because
He was like a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, so a young adult.
Oh yeah, that kid who died. That kid. I'm in my 20s. I would be calling. I would call 20-somethings that kid. What? Well.
So if we're in the place, like if we've arrived at the station and we're
You
going
have.
in,
Would you like to pause your phone call? I'll allow you to retcon if you want to. I'm just asking.
No, I figured they go in, I'm going to stay outside for just a second to call Kato.
Okay, sounds good. So
And I'll be
we're
looking in the door, the reflection, kind of checking my neck since Lottie mentioned the hickey.
It is, yeah. You as the door, if they go in, as the door opens, you see it is missing, and you definitely didn't hear that song at all today, Declan, for sure.
Okay.
So you all, I didn't do this last week, so I'll do it now. You all, well, Lottie and Isabeau step into the lobby. Isabeau, you've been here before, but you didn't really spend too much time in it. It's very dusty. You can hear the speakers kind of crackling. There's some fake plants on the sides. Looks like they're getting some blue mold on them. That's weird. Let's paint the scene for this lobby, shall we? Station 25.5 was shut down due to its consistent promotion of sketchy consumer products, especially medicinal ones. Some products have been left behind that were advertised just before the station's demise. What are they?
Oh, so probably some off-brand supplements that are not FDA approved, and probably filled with more sawdust than actual vitamins.
There's a weird thing popped into my head. Had to organic bandages. It's just bandages labeled organic, latex free. Latex free. They make it out of leaves? Why? What the hell are these things?
Love that.
I'm gonna say that there is a small stack of a couple like eye drop bottles that are they're probably branded something like Stygian Blue or something like that, and they kind of advertise a range of different things, like turn your eyes blue temporarily, open your eyes to the true mysteries of the universe. So it's sort of like a weird, like, new agey but also totally bunk, like, cosmetic product. Like, oh, this'll, instead of using cosmetic contacts, just put a couple drops of this in your eye and you'll have blue eyes for the day or something.
There is a bottle of at this point completely used, like someone had finished squeezing all of the ointment out of it, but it is a bottle of topical speed cream. You apply it to your legs and it makes you run faster.
Wonderful. So, Lottie, Isabeau, how would you like to search the station? I assume that's what you're planning to do. Unless you would like to do something else.
Okay, Lottie is actually. Lottie is actually familiar with sort of scoping out an urban location full of hostiles. So she's ready to take point, and to have a map of the whole place in her head that she explores.
Yeah. Isabeau is happy to follow Lottie's lead and just sort of wander through and seeing what there is to be found.
Okay. We'll say one of you give me the meddling move with reason, and I'll say because you're assisting each other with advantage.
Okay, I have reason +1.
I have reason plus.
I will say Declan is outside for the phone call. So,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
My reason is also 1.
So, dealer's choice. Who wants to roll?
I'll do it.
Yeah, Lottie's taking lead, so Lottie should do it.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Okay, that is a 9.
Okay. So I will say you almost trip over this, Lottie, as you're walking through, because you're keeping. I believe you described it as keeping point for hostiles. So you almost trip over this package and stumble and crush it a little. Uh, the complication will be that this is a package with the return address of Station 25.5 that has used medical waste in it. So the complication will be you'll get this clue, but you will have just been stabbed by used medical waste. Um,
Oh,
Oh no! Oh shit! Oh,
I've not come up with a clever name for the condition I'm going to give you, but I will ask if you'd like to turn a key.
I would like to turn a key. I would,
Wonderful.
I think Kato should have should be the most toxins that Lottie takes in today. I am finally going to turn the sandstone arch.
Okay. Wonderful. All right, we rewind. Your foot hits something as you're sort of clearing this facility, and yeah, there is this package addressed to Station 25.5, and you crack it open, and yeah, it's full of weird medical, like it's used needles that with much in the vein of like the speed cream that Steph described. It's like inject this to help your respiratory system take in more air and let you compete at a higher level, but it's been used.
It's like, hey, okay, we got some off-brand doping drugs in here. It's like, never mind. Never mind. I just immediately realizes the faux pas. Asking you, do you recognize these drugs?
Wonderful.
I mean, Isabeau will probably notice and ask, like, what you got there?
As a performance, I mean, the label says it's a performance-enhancing drug. Apparently someone wanted extra lung capacity. I see.
Are you, Isabel, are you looking closer at this particular clue?
I
yes.
guess. Let's see. Not sure what the market is for performance-enhancing drugs for opera singers.
That's kind of perfect what I'm planning to do here.
Oh no.
Isabel, you can go ahead and roll meddling move with reason for me as well.
All right. Oh, I need to adjust. Okay. Mild
All right.
success.
It feels late to make you risk the same puncture by medical waste, so I won't do that. I will say you're kind of looking in the box that Lottie's handed you, and yeah, you see that stuff. There is one more thing in the little package. It's from Padilla Products, and it's a deep blue crystal that when you pick it up, you can feel it vibrating in your hand. I will say the complication here is while you have it in your hand, your phone buzzes, Isabeau.
Okay. Isabel will check the caller ID.
booty call.
It's
Booty call.
Yeah.
Booty call.
and it is in fact from a number you recognize. It is from Chuck. And Chuck is like, "Hey, why you left? You left without like breakfast or anything? Like, what's going on? My sister's gone too. Did she didn't see you or anything, right?"
Oh. So I feel like Isabeau goes to hang up the phone, but because this is a complication, like she fucks up and accidentally answers it instead.
Wonderful.
And so she's like, "Oh, yeah, hey Chuck, I've got a busy day. Your sister's with me if you want to talk to her. Hey Lottie, your brother wants to talk to you. Here, have the phone."
You, wait.
I think as it gets passed through the air, you hear words that you're not able to make out clearly, because clearly he kept talking as you handed the phone, but you don't make out what he said.
Wait, what? What? Hey, what? You're back. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? When your buddy wants to talk to you.
So we will pan our camera back outside to Declan. Declan, you call Kato. Kato, as you're, I will say, we will cut briefly to Kato as well. Kato, you press Cassie on the issue, and she's like, "All right, I'm gonna remember what you did, okay? But here," and she hands you. It is. Your clue is. It is a letter from Alan Gibson to her parents, warning them about not letting their kids be exposed to Officer Barker. And then your phone rings.
Yeah, she's gonna pick it up. Hello?
Hey, sorry to whatever you're doing. Just heard over the radio. I don't know if you heard it or not. Apparently, Cassie's little brother apparently got out and killed like some hospital staff and a couple of cops.
Oh shit, one sec. I'm gonna put you on speaker. Say that again?
Hello to whoever happens to be in the room.
Hey, Declan? So you hear Cassie's voice.
Okay. Well,
It is your choice whether you proceed.
I mean, Kato's the one that's got to deal with the fallout, so you should sit down. Cassie.
What?
Kato, is she sitting down?
Yeah, we're good.
She like sits down on her bed, like hands out like this, like what the fuck is going on? Like staring directly at you, Kato.
Your
Shrugs.
the news just announced that your brother got out, killed a couple hospital staff members and a couple of cops.
Kato, you watch the color drain from Cassie's face, and your instincts tell you she is about to faint.
Yeah, I think Kato's gonna just grab her real quick, like in an embrace, and just be like, "Whoa, hey, chill out, we're okay."
Declan, you hear that from there, and you also hear Cass saying, "It sounds like my voice coming out from a long tunnel," and then she passes out in your arms, Kato. It is just you two now.
I'll call you back.
And I'll head inside.
Okay. So you see, they are Declan, Isabeau and Lottie are in the lobby.
Hey, oh, hey, Chuck. Hey, Chuck. Did you have a good night last night? Yeah, did you have a good night?
Yeah. You know, just some.
I saw the walk of shame. I saw her other walk of shame, Chuck.
All right.
So-
As soon as Lottie says that, Isabeau's grabbing her phone back.
Hey, wait!
Do I walk in to hear that comment?
Yes, you hear every last bit of that, Declan.
Hey, what you handed me the phone? What you?
Hey, yeah. Oh, all right, Chuck. I had a great time last night. I'll text you later. I'm really busy right now. You know how it goes. Yeah.
Wait, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, what?
I just never mind. We'll talk later. And then he hangs up on you.
Isabeau, what you doing? Are you ghosting my brother?
No, I am
Declan's-
not ghosting your brother, and just so we're clear, There's nothing going on between us, and even if there was, none your business.
Uh,
You know,
yeah.
it's worth saying that it's only the walk of shame if you let it be. And Declan's gonna walk past both of them to go continue looking around the station.
Sure. So
I'm
where
not
would you
ashamed
like?
of anything.
It's like,
Then it's not the walk of shame.
Oh my
Tell that to
God.
Lottie.
and hey, you tell that to my brother. I'm not telling him for you.
Thank you for that, at least.
No, Isabeau, he cares about you. He's missed you all the time you've been gone. You did this to him, and now now you just don't want to talk to him anymore.
So
He
Declan, I
deserves
assume you're
better.
leaving. I assume
Yeah.
you're leaving the lobby because you want
Last-
nothing to do with this.
That last word is he deserves better than that. He deserves better than this, Isabeau. And then she walks off
No,
after Deck.
no,
Declan's
I am
gonna
not
say-
letting. I
No,
am not
this
letting
is-
that stand because you know what? I deserve
Hey,
better.
days of our lives. Days of our
I
lives.
deserve
We've got stuff
better.
to do. We've got things to focus on that are
No,
important here.
no. I just want to make it very fucking clear why I left. So I would not be a 45-year-old housewife chain-smoking cigarettes and doing Valium on the side, raising half a dozen little fucking brats, which I absolutely would have gotten trapped into if I stayed. That's why I left. Your brother's great. He's fine. He's got a magic dick. Great.
It's like, he's like,
You know what
Okay,
I
I kinda
want?
brought- I don't want to know that.
I want to drive Audis and have a 401k. So that's why I fucking left.
Declan. Cameron's
Yeah.
gonna follow you after that explosive argument. The lobby is full of that drama, so I assume you're not sticking around there.
Declan, I have the urge to talk about something else right now.
There's various offices. The studio is still available for you to investigate at the entire station, besides the lobby. Where are you headed, and what are you planning to look into?
What are the options of places to look into?
So as far as like on mystery locations, the studio is the only one that has anything, but we've already done that.
Okay.
But so basically, there's offices, there's old
I assume,
old
like
recordings.
recording booths and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Okay. I'm gonna look for the. I'm gonna do a quick scan of the recording booths because I imagine they're relatively featureless, like soundproofing, maybe microphone mounts. That's about it. And then of course like the control panels. Unless I see something interesting in those places, I'm gonna go for one of the offices. Probably the office that looks like it's like for the guy that's the person that was in charge. Sorry for assuming.
Yeah, no worries. I will say in the various recording booths, pretty standard stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary. In the office, give me a meddling roll. I'm gonna say you go into the office and it's pretty barren. There is a filing cabinet though that is solidly locked. So I'm gonna call this meddling move Vitality to break the lock. Unless you have another thing another way you'd like to get in.
I mean, I've got one of the things in my corner of the house is a toolbox.
I would let you mark that to get advantage on a vitality roll.
Yeah,
or
I'll
actually,
take
you know,
that.
I may even call that. I think that.
Can I
I think
use
that's still
reason?
manual.
Can I use reason to be like, it's probably like, you know.
Okay, if you mark the thing in advance, I will let
Yes.
you use reason with advantage still instead of vitality.
Marked and rolled for a 9. I impale
Wow,
my
you
hand
rolled
again.
triple four. A triple 4 with advantage. Well done.
Oh wow, that means something, right? That gives me something special.
No, it doesn't. It's just remarkable in the randomness of it.
Fair enough.
All right, so you this is your first time here, Declan. You've had the run of the place. You get the drawer open with no problem and start looking through it, and What's a good one here? Oh, I see. So it looks like this particular cabinet you've opened is a collection of all the various advertisements they've had throughout the years. And you pull out one, and your hand starts shaking immediately when you look at it. Uh, you see Casey sobbing in the fetal position on a stage. And the subtitle underneath it is "See the Doctor live this summer." And then off on stage right, about to enter stage, you see the Doctor you saw the other night. How's Declan feeling?
Sorry, who did you say I saw in the fetal position?
Casey,
Is this
not
on?
Cassie. Casey.
Is this on film?
No, it is a flyer.
Okay.
So you see Casey on stage in the fetal position, and then off in the wings, about to enter, is Dr. Sterling with the subtitle "See the Doctor live this summer." And it is the Doctor that you saw last night.
Does it have a date when it says live this summer?
No. Well, probably, let's see, when did the station get closed down? Let me see. I assume it's probably a decade ago, like every other mystery.
Okay.
Steph, can you clarify? It is your mystery.
Yeah, it doesn't say specifically, but it's kind of assumed that it was shut down around when the latchkeys were still in Deep Lake. So they were around
Yeah.
to be able to potentially listen to it and also experience its downfall.
So 94 then. We'll say so summer 1994, See the Doctor live. That is your clue. The complication will be is how is that making Declan feel, seeing the Doctor on something tangible, not in just your eyes, and approaching Casey, who has the kids right now.
Declan kind of goes fairly white noise. He's very focused on this flyer, and he's gonna head back out past the other two if they're still out there, with it in his hands.
As someone who has had these episodes, that sounds a bit dissociative. So I think that's the
Yeah.
condition
Yeah.
we'll give Declan. Declan, that is the cop. Unless you like to turn a key, you will take the condition dissociative. If you turn a key, I will give you the clue with no. I will change the context of the clue.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You'll take it, okay?
Yeah.
And I think that is a good point for us to take our break, because we're a little bit over halfway.
Why can I not spell dissociative? Is it DISS?
DIS.
Just one S?
butts. All right. Hello, everyone. We're back. uh, last we left our latchkeys, there was some drama at Station 25.5 and some drama in the March household as well. But we are going to progress to our dusk phase, which prompts me to ask the very important question. Would you like to watch an Odyssey tape tonight?
I mean, that's
I
why
mean-
I'm here. So
I do.
yes.
Kato, what key did you turn, by the way? Am I owed a key from you?
Yes, I turned Key of the Childhood.
Ooh.
Should we do that
Well,
now? I've got
if
it.
you are ready, please go ahead.
All right. We see a young Kato walking through the door to her family's apartment, locking it behind her. Immediately, she goes to her incredibly clean room, thumbs through her collection of secondhand cassettes, all immaculately sorted first by genre, then alphabetically by artist. She picks out one of her Dead Milkman tapes carefully out of the rack, picks up her boombox off the shelf beside the tape, walks out to her backyard. She puts it in, cranks the volume, and presses play. She sits out there for a few moments, listening to the sounds coming from the boombox before she walks back inside, only to return in a little while with her homework and a TV tray. She sets up the tray in front of the single plastic chair that they have in the backyard, sits down, starts doing her homework to the music.
Okay. So now I shall ask the question: are we watching an Odyssey tape this night phase?
I mean, it's either that or answer another booty call, so yes.
That's one yes.
Sounds good to me.
Why we're here, let's do it.
All right. So now I have another question. Where are you watching this Odyssey tape? You can watch it at Resbo. You've watched one at Escondido. You can still watch one at Escondido, by the way. That's still valid. You've watched Rodenbecker, obviously, twice, 2 tapes there. You do have 2 other locations. You have a question?
I really recommend. I'm actually going to circle back just a little bit. I really recommend we not leave. I got to call Casey. I don't want Casey, the kids, Cassie. I don't want anybody alone tonight.
So they're all coming to the
Declan actually is going to change his vote to say, let's not watch a tape. Let's just all have everybody come over and just keep it up, just watch each other's backs because weird shit is happening and they do not like it.
So Isabeau is going to suggest, well, if we want to keep the kids out of it, we could watch it here, which has the added bonus of better AV equipment.
So I will say you do have
here being where?
Station
Radio
25.5.
No, I think we should get out of here. This place, I don't think there's anything else here to find. I think we just need to, we should just go. We should go.
Yeah, but look
I'm
at the
okay.
mixing board.
Listen, the two of you
as
want
a
to sit
player.
here and argue about your love lives. And by the way, Lottie, you don't get involved in your brother and Isabeau's love life and then complain when you find out details about their love life. That's not the way this works.
Thank
But that's
you.
beside the point.
Thank you.
Everybody is so focused on whether or not you're getting laid or who's kissing who, which is not a fucking priority. Let's get the hell out of here and go someplace that isn't creepy as fuck and dangerous.
So
You know what,
I-
Declan? I agree with everything you
right.
said, so yes, let's go.
okay, so is Isabeau's vote changed to no Odyssey tape then? Or do you still want to watch an Odyssey tape just at Rodenbecker?
Yeah, somewhere apart from the children's.
Okay,
I mean, I
I will note you have unlocked another location besides Station 25.5. Kato has unlocked Cassandra March's childhood bedroom, where you can also watch a tape.
I think Kato would suggest, hey, if we don't want to be in the house tonight and we all want to, hang out somewhere with everyone so that we can all watch our backs, like Declan said, why not go to Azure Park? Go to the park. There's the park that was mentioned in the starting of the mystery where, the guy crashed and died, but we can investigate that and kids can go play on the playset.
In the middle of the night?
I mean,
Dude, that's the best time to go to the park.
yeah. Have you not been to the park at nighttime? Shit rules.
I don't go outside. IRL.
We know.
I don't. Oh, hey, wait a sec. What's that supposed to be?
You know, Kato, the other day you suggested that maybe you be responsible for taking the kids and giving them a place to stay, and this is exactly the fucking reason I think that's a bad idea. I'm not taking these kids who have been traumatized enough to the park in the middle of the night in fucking Deep Lake, where crazy doctors with like weird grins are going around traumatizing people, and lake monsters are eating people, and there's a fucking
Wait, what?
serial killer kid that just broke out of a hospital and murdered a bunch of people. It's not going to happen. We're going to go somewhere safe and controllable, and we're all going to be together. No one's going to get hurt.
Like a park in a very public place on a road. By houses.
You just mentioned the guy that died at that park in a very public place on a road.
Well, yeah, we're not gonna be driving over the fucking park. That guy was
No,
obviously
but somebody
insane or
else
drunk.
might. Like people get run over all the time. Call back.
No, they don't. What? Not here. You're.
Listen,
So-
I've said my piece. I don't get to make decisions for everybody. That's my take on things.
Okay, so there, I want to clarify. The votes are divided on Odyssey tape, or are we decided no Odyssey tape at this point?
I think
I think-
divided. I don't think Lottie has voted yet.
I will just let you know that if there is no consensus, I get to decide. So
The tape just plays itself.
Kato will say no.
the no Odyssey tape. Lottie, no Odyssey tape. Isabeau, no Odyssey tape then?
Still, yes,
Or yes.
Odyssey tape, because she's like, well, watch it after the kids go to bed.
You were the one who thought the Odyssey tapes were weird and not worth our time. You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
I think the weird ghost stories aren't worth our time, but, I mean, these are strangely addictive.
The sad thing is Ben wants more Odyssey tapes, but Declan is just completely on team no Odyssey tape tonight.
Ben,
Jane
you shouldn't have let me know that.
Jane wants Odyssey tapes. It's Lottie.
Well, you know,
Lottie.
it's so as the keeper, it's actually my
So-
job to please the players, not the characters you
So-
play.
So I have a suggestion. Is that Isabeau will sort of go along with the group consensus, say, okay, fine, not with the kids in the house, but around midnight, thinking everybody's asleep, she's gonna sneak downstairs and pop one in, and whoever catches her catches her.
Okay, I will say that in that case, it will be watching Odyssey tape evening, because everyone does have to
Okay.
participate. It is it is a part of the rules. So you will. So I want to clarify for this evening's activities. So Isabeau is going to stealthily put Odyssey. I think if I may suggest something instead, Isabeau is like, here, let's watch a movie together, and then just puts the Odyssey tape in. Because only the clamshells that contain the tapes are purple. The tapes themselves are just normal ass tapes with a label on them. So it'd be very easy to be like, I'm putting in X movie, and then just put the Odyssey tape in.
So, I think she'd want to respect Declan and Kato's desire to keep the kids safe from the
Okay with the
weirdness
midnight.
on the tapes. However,
Okay,
I'm
That was a midnight
totally
screening. We all wake up
I'm
anyway.
totally on board with her, like, making a mistake or like disassociating and not like she thinks she's putting on like The Little Mermaid and doesn't realize it's an Odyssey tape until it's too late.
Ooh, I like that. I like that quite a bit.
Okay.
That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, just counting how many tapes have been watched. Don't mind me. You're fine. Don't worry.
Wait a second.
We haven't unlocked the next layer yet. That's one more tape.
It's never good when the DM counts something, or the game master counts something and then says, "Oh yeah, everybody's fine. Don't worry about it."
I was being sincere in this moment. You have only watched 3. The next layer unlocks at 5.
Hey,
I'll
look
be
at it this
transparent.
way. Hey, look at it this way, Ben. It's a horror game, so every decision leads to horrible consequences.
That's a good point. That is a
We're
very good
screwed
point.
no matter. We're screwed either way.
So,
But to clarify, are Cassie, Casey, and the kids That's a band
got-
name. First off, second off, are
Hopefully
they-
is.
okay. I just want to make sure they're all in the house with us.
Yes, that was you did state that from the get-go. Everyone was kind of on board. Like no one should be alone now, especially because we have found out that Cassie's brother is loose. Casey has been you saw a flyer where Casey might be targeted, but I guess you'll see if Casey has the mark or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out
Brother
for
is-
that.
Casey's brother is loose. Lottie's brother is lovesick. What? I'm sick.
Joe
Oh,
doesn't even realize she's being
are we
stalked.
inviting Chuck Larkin to this event?
Isabeau's not, but she's also not in charge of what Lottie does.
If he invite, I am out of character. I'm really fine with him inviting himself because he wants a straight answer from Isabeau about.
We will see how the roles play out, whether or not Chuck shows up tonight, or something worse.
Declan is not going to be thrilled
Wait,
if
which brother
the
is
booty
it?
call
Which
shows
brother
up
is it?
tonight.
It's a very different problem.
So, let's do part of a night move then, because the kids and everyone's going to be about. So, what is everyone planning to do in this lovely clusterfuck? I'm not going to call it a sleepover. This is a clusterfuck. What is everyone planning to accomplish tonight?
Isabeau's plan
Everybody's
is
safe.
to make some popcorn for the kids.
Lottie's plan is-
And show them a nice wholesome Disney movie. And she doesn't intend to drink while the kids are awake, but she's pouring herself a soda and the bottle's right there, so splash splash, it's fine. It's not a full shot.
Excellent.
Lottie's plan is to apologize.
Okay. So
Kinda-
it sounds like
kinda-
probably nostalgia move with Isabeau is the plan.
honestly, kind of with everybody. Honestly, with anybody,
Okay.
Lottie could apologize to anybody in this scene. And
Yeah, I will leave that up to Lottie in the moment. Like you have transgressed with two people at least. So I think Declan's the only one you haven't. Yeah.
oh no, Declan was still pissed at Lottie, and Lottie was like, "Oh yeah,
Well,
okay,
yeah, I
you're-
think that's more the both of you than just you.
okay, yeah."
Yeah.
The ridiculous relationship drama that Declan has no time for.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Declan's goal is to keep everybody safe. He doesn't want anybody to get hurt. He wants a nice, normal night. However, he does have the dissociative condition at the moment.
Indeed.
And so, I feel like he is maybe a little bit manic about, like, we're going to have a good time. Everybody's going to have a good time. Like, we're going to have, like, this is going to be a good night. Everybody's going to have fun. We're just going to relax. Like, he's probably a little bit too, like, he's a bit much right now.
Probably.
I order you to have a good time.
Why is nobody having a good time? I specifically ordered it.
Probably micromanaging how Isabeau makes the popcorn, and is the reason why
No,
she's
that's too
like,
much salt. Like,
splash
you gotta-
splash of bourbon into her soda. They're
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
It's fine. They'll sweat it out tomorrow.
assuming we live till tomorrow. I mean, that's a thing that could happen. And he's gonna like wander off to go do something else for a minute.
I think Kato is going to be very like, Aaron, you're muted if you're talking.
Oh shit! Sorry, I was muted.
I think-
Anyways,
yeah,
go ahead.
Kato is going to very like pointedly not talk about what happened between her and Lottie, and so is going to very actively not engage in an apology of any sorts.
Noted. What do you like? So, what are you? I'll ask. Are you planning to like, because Cassie?
It can still be a scene,
Okay.
but like it would be a scene of Lottie like approaching Kato about it, and she being like, "So, how about that station, huh?"
No.
Okay, wonderful.
How about that
So-
hit and run, huh?
No one knows about that yet. Well, they know
Well,
known
Cassie
about,
does.
but not. Yeah, Cassie knows.
But she's a ride or die because I marked a mask, so we're fine.
So I'll set the scene. Everyone has gathered in your house on Runbecker Street. Elliot, Abigail, Casey, and Cassie. That's what a fucking treat for all of you to have those two names next to each other. And you all got to gather in the living room. Isabeau, you grab like I'm trying to think of a good. What did you say? Little Mermaid was the movie.
Yeah, something that's supposed to be like nice and Disney and wholesome.
Okay, that sounds good. Not my favorite, but we'll go with it, I guess.
I mean, it could be Lion King. That was also out by now.
My favorite's Beauty and the Beast. I love the
Aladdin.
library.
Aladdin.
All right.
My favorite Sleeping Beauty because of the animation.
Wow,
art.
old school.
The animation art style is so beautiful.
This is a conversation that's absolutely happening in the
Yeah, I think yes. I will portray like no, this.
And it's
Cassie
supposed
will
like
be
you
like,
don't understand. They animated it after the stained glass windows. That's why it's so stylized. It's talent.
Cassie's just like, I like Robin Hood. I think he's really cute as a fox.
I get that. Yeah.
Do you want furries? That's how we give furries.
He's Isabeau. That is incredibly
Elliot perks up and is like, what are furries?
That's why we're not watching Robin Hood.
Yeah.
That's fair. Robin Hood, above board, Robin Hood is fully a lot of people's furry awakening. Straight up.
There is nothing wrong with that. Stop hating on.
I am not shaming. I'm not shaming the furries. I'm just saying straight up that is a lot of furry awakenings.
Okay,
Although,
yeah,
like,
I agreed.
Speaking of animation talent, there is that one scene where the snake, he's a snake, has his arms angrily folded.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, so I think I don't think it matters what Disney tape you end up grabbing, because what you
Lottie comments and then shuts down the whole conversation. I like Treasure Planet, and then everyone stops talking. Everyone just stops.
Don't you dare bring Treasure Planet lore into my fucking. Leave that in signals from the other side, okay?
Treasure
Okay, but
Planet
that's
is
a good movie.
It's a really good movie.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Here it's happened.
It just
It's
shuts
great.
down.
It's happened. Yeah, Disney sabotaged its release. Anyways, I'm killing the Treasure Planet conversation. It's not
No,
happening.
yes, you don't understand. Look, it's all connected.
Fuck's sake. What's great is I know at least 2 people here have not watched Signals from their side and know that one of the characters has a whole ass thing about Treasure Planet. It is a big deal. Anyways, so
Treasure Planet featured at least somewhat prominently in the superhero game I'm running on another channel.
oh really?
Well
That is
done.
that is
Well
such a wild synchronicity. That is so wild.
It's a random plot point that like helps the hero kind of get on track. So anyway.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Anyways, so Ispo, you go to put in the Disney movie, but that is decidedly not what you put in. Instead, you put in Gorilla Makeover 12 Pure White Pretext. So, this tape is an episode of Gorilla Makeover, which aired sporadically on TV Odyssey in the mid-80s, often interrupting other programming. It begins with a series of disorienting cuts, shattered glass, a smooth red manicured hand clutching a hammer in a dimly lit room, garbled speech over a black screen, before opening on the show's 2 nameless hosts, faces just inches away from the camera. They are precise plastic beauties with vacant eyes caked in makeup, just like me for real. Their teased hair almost entirely fills the frame as, in breathy whispers, they introduce this episode's makeover candidate, a housewife named Gracie Richards. Let's paint the scene. We're here tonight, the hosts say, because every woman has inner beauty just waiting to come out, and everyone deserves to feel special. Even someone like Gracie. What cruel and oddly specific reasons do they give to explain why Gracie is an ideal volunteer for a total makeover?
So I think that Gracie has been essentially doing her own dye jobs and her own perms at home because she had neither the time nor the money to get a salon to do it. And this is the 80s, where the big perm hair is in. And so part of what makes her an ideal candidate is just her hair is so fried from all the harsh chemicals that she's put it through.
Eh.
Oh, well, I mean, you can just see right here that poor Gracie here. Time is just starting to take its toll on this, very, well, forgettable face, and time just makes it so much worse. You can see all these wrinkles here, and you got these, I mean, if you're to be nice, we could call them smile lines, but let's be honest, they're crow's feet, and, yeah, she's just looking a little bit weathered. I don't know why I made her southern, but it seemed appropriate.
No, it's perfect.
That was perfect. And how am I supposed to follow that up?
You'll manage it. I know you will.
I believe in my players always.
I have faith in you.
You go first, Steph.
What are the? Let me double check the two's names. Do they even have? Oh,
They're
they're
nameless.
unnamed hosts.
They're
That's
nameless.
fucking terrifying, actually.
Yeah, they're nameless hosts that abduct you
They're
and
not-
give you a makeover.
They're not
Oh,
doing this for
ooh.
notoriety or fame.
No,
they've got a higher purpose.
Yeah,
They're
just thought
higher
of it.
for.
Yeah, I just thought of a thing as oddly specific reason. They point
Sure.
out how incredibly they really play it up how sad her home life is, and emphasize that she does not like being married to her husband, but she hasn't had the confidence to even tell him that she wants to leave, to even talk to him about it. And so they imply, hey, this is a thing you could do that'll make it easy for you to leave them. Now you'll be getting anybody.
So, wait, are they both negging her and airing her personal business?
Yes.
Sounds like it.
That's a better answer than mine, if I'm quite honest. Like that is messed up.
Yeah, but yours was in character.
That's okay. I like the intent of yours better.
I demand to hear more of the Southern Belle accent of yours, because that's amazing. That was amazing.
I think that the other host walks around behind the chair that Gracie's on and grabs her shoulders and says, "And now just look at this. How horribly scaly all of her skin feels. Can you feel it? Come over here." The other one walks over and they start just caressing her shoulders and her arms. "Oh, so very scaly and clammy even. Oh, honey, we need to get you some moisturizer." And the other one says, "Or maybe some fresh skin all in itself."
Okay,
All
that is
right.
perfectly creepy, but by God, I can't hold it.
So, I'm going to go ahead and assign the prompts. We're going to pause the movie and deal with the repercussions of this being on the screen for all of your lovely guests. So, let's do, since Jane, you're back, I'm going to give you prompt number 2. Let's see. Ben, I'm going to give you prompt 3. And Rachel prompt 4.
Okay.
All right, so we press pause on the tape. Isabeau, you are rapidly aware you have not put on a Disney movie. As is everyone else in the room. Elliot's like, I don't remember this in Little Mermaid at all. Is this like a special edition? Turns to Isabeau.
Yeah, I don't remember Ursula being two wicked witches, Isabeau.
Okay, so the fun thing about what's happening right now is Isabeau's thinking of her earlier argument with Lottie about I don't want to be the stuck at home housewife. And so she sees Gracie and she's like, holy shit, that could have been me if I'd stayed. And so that's why she wants to keep watching.
That's
Man.
amazing. I didn't even think of that. That's amazing.
No, it's a great tie-in.
Yeah, it really is.
I'll
These
call that. I'll
hostesses
call
really
that a
look like
signal.
Barbie dolls, huh?
Isabel, I'll call that if you want to check a signal from the other side in advance. That's fully a signal from the other side, I think. I think Gracie vaguely resembles you.
I think that's legit.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll go for it.
So, I believe Isabel probably, with that in mind, gets up while the taste pause so everyone can do their various business. Isabel, you said you're going to make popcorn. Lottie, Declan, Kato, where would you like to do/go?
Real quick, the last prompt was for Rachel, correct?
Yes, you are free from this round, Steph.
I think that Kato is going to stand up and be like, hey, Cassie, do you want to go smoke after that? Because I fucking do.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
I don't know. Isabel, what the fuck was that?
Can't hear you. The popcorn popper is going.
Oh, my bad. Isabel, what the fuck was that?
All right,
I don't
so
know.
Maybe we
Pull
could,
it out of the VCR and check the tape.
maybe we could
Yeah.
tone down the swearing in front of the, front of the kids.
I
They've heard
imagine
it all before.
Lottie being the electrician tries to take it up, tries to take it apart, would pull the plug of the TV, and it keeps playing.
Oh yeah, ooh, Lottie, let's focus on that lovely decision you've just made. So you go to pull the plug, you go to try to inject the tape. It does not
Nice.
budge. The plug unplugs. You're doing this all in front of Elliot, Abigail, Casey, Cassie, and everyone else as well. I'd like to point out. I think I'm gonna ask you how Lottie's feeling after she tries all this and accomplishes nothing, while everyone's watching.
She, she, and she's like, she's gonna see none of it worked. She's like, hey, kids, I think Deep Lake is gonna take us for another ride tonight.
All right. I think you definitely triggered the night move right there. I'm not gonna have you roll yet, but I'm gonna ask you what you're afraid is gonna happen now that you've invoked the name of Deep Lake after trying to stop an Odyssey tape mid-run.
Oh, what I am afraid would happen is, actually, what I am most afraid of is that the kids don't recognize the danger.
I think it's worse than that. They're going to be lured out by one of them is going to be lured out by Officer Barker in this moment.
Okay.
So we will pause on Lottie. Kato is going outside, Isabeau, popcorn. Declan, you are just trying. I mean, given what's just happened, Declan, I'll allow you to react before I make Lottie deal with consequences potentially.
I mean, I was literally gonna say I was gonna like take the kids out to like get them to play a game in another room while the argument was going on or whatever, as well as hopefully something they'll get kind of stuck into so that the if the tape does continue being watched, they're not there for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this will also be stakes feel pretty high.
Okay. Yeah.
No. What were you gonna say, please?
No, this is the priority.
Okay, so I will say it sounds like stakes are high. You're worried about what happens if the kids watch this movie. What do you? So we'll call this night move presence night move. I think you don't need to roll it yet. We're going to cut around as we do. But I will say I will ask the question. What are you worried is going to happen if you fail this roll?
That the kids are gonna watch whatever messed up thing happens on this tape and be traumatized.
Further.
I'll say further, yeah. I'll say it's worse than that. How is it worse than that?
One of them becomes the next like random creepy murderer or whatever.
I already did that with one of them being lured by Officer Barker, because that's what our Officer Barker makes you do stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
One of them did. Wild card. One of them steals an Odyssey tape.
Oh, they find an Odyssey tape by themselves and watch it alone.
Or they take one of ours. Or they take one of ours.
So this is the last one you have that is unwatched.
Okay.
But
Well, they might watch one
like
of the
that.
last ones.
This is the last one you have.
Well, I mean, they might watch one of the previous ones
Oh, I see.
that we have
And
already watched.
Okay, I do want to give you an Odyssey tape, and it feels like a
Okay.
consequence.
Yeah,
The consequence is, I feel like
No,
they're
it's
going to.
juicy.
Yeah, it feels like yes. I will say Elliot will lose interest in Declan's distraction very quickly and wander off by himself, and find an Odyssey tape in the house left by who knows, and watch it alone.
Okay.
But reminder, that's Elliot Rappaport? Or,
That is Elliot Rappaport,
Oh,
your childhood friend, indeed.
wow.
I mean, a lot of these consequences are for everyone. It's, this is a group activity.
Yeah.
I'm helping, right?
Yeah, I should be spending more time with him. She wants to reconnect with her past, make up for stuff. It's okay.
All right. So we'll move to the kitchen with Isabeau making popcorn.
Speaking of making up for stuff,
You're making popcorn. You have a brief, and then it feels like, oh, okay. Thank God they're not paying attention anymore. I can just make this fucking popcorn and pour myself a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck is that tape playing? While you're doing that, I think your phone buzzes with a text. It's from Chuck.
What's the text say?
Is now a good time to talk? What do you do?
Give me an hour. I've got some kids to watch.
Three dots appear. What kids? Multiple question marks and exclamation points.
Long story, not mine. Foster kids.
You're a foster mom? More question marks, more exclamation points.
I guess? Question mark?
And that's when the phone starts ringing. And we'll cut away from Isabeau in that moment. Kato, you take Cassie outside. She's still, you can tell that she's still a little shook from the news earlier today. Little brother has escaped custody and murdered a bunch of people. Not a small thing to process. And now she's just watched a really fucked up thing. Well, one fourth of a fucked up thing. So when you hand her your closed cigarette, her hand is visibly shaking. What do you do?
I think that as Kato hands her the cigarette, she purposefully kind of brushes her hand with her own and lets it linger there for a minute and just kind of looks into Cassie's eyes.
I see. I think she kind of grabs your hand, like, Kato, I don't know what to do right now.
Well, usually you light it first.
She makes a pouty face. You like, you know that's not what I meant. But then puts the clove to her lips and leans forward for you to light it.
He does so.
I am happy Kato does not charge by the hour. I'm on a roll today with these with these jokes.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it helps you feel any better, I've already attempted murder once. I'll do it again for your sake if you need it.
I don't want you. I don't want you to kill my brother.
No, whoa, wait. No, I just realized that's yeah, no, my bad. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean that in specific. Shit. I meant like cops. If they try to come after you for like being related or something.
What? It's you haven't changed at all, have you?
I mean, huh.
How's Kato feel being told that she has not changed since childhood?
Called out?
That sounds like a really good condition for you to take right now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, I'm exactly the same piece of shit as I was 10 years ago.
Cassie takes a drag, kind of flicks the half-finished clove. That stings too. Those are not cheap. And then walks inside, kind of shaking her head. And then you all kind of reconvene. Isabeau with her popcorn and beverage. We'll say the phone ring happens after the tape plays again. So we press play. Lottie plugs everything back in, probably in a very not well done display. So that not everyone's confused by how a TV that's unplugged is playing a tape. But it is your prompt, Jane. So please take it away.
As a service professional, I know it's important to keep up appearances that the house isn't falling apart. Okay. The host stepped back from the camera, revealing Gracie's living room and Gracie herself sitting stock still in a swivel chair center frame. How do we know the hosts have invaded Gracie's home and that she's being held against her will? Well, for one, she can't get out of the chair. They have her limbs and waist tied to the chair. And we hear Gracie mention things like my husband will be home from work soon. So when she's actually trying to intimidate them, they're ignoring it. They're ignoring her. They promise, don't worry, we'll be done. We'll be in and out long before the kids get home from school. Well, you. What?
So
I just like the idea that the filming and camera and sound equipment are all plainly visible they're all visible in the house. As they pan around, but none of it looks professionally set up. None of this looks like they're making this look. If this looks like found footage stuff, guerrilla filmmaking.
Perfect. Very jury rigged, yeah. All right, so we press pause. So, Lottie, let's get that night move. I think it's very much composure to convince everyone that like, no, this is fine. Nothing weird's happening in the living room right now while we watch this real fucked up tape of someone strapped to a chair being forced into a makeover.
Okay, composure. I get +1 to that. Do I get advantage from Declan's assist, or is that a separate?
No. You have
Okay.
Declan is doing a separate activity that is not going to assist you covering up your lovely ruse here.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I was gonna turn a key if it didn't turn out to be a success, but this is on.
So, no, you tell me how this goes, please,
Oh,
and I will
right.
tell you the little bonus thing you get.
What I do is I am honest with these children. I tell them that I tell them that the spooky haunting stuff that's been happening, it's happening. It's happening again. We can we can survive. We can get through this without anyone getting hurt. If we all stay together, listen to each other, cooperate, make sure to follow instructions from the safety professionals, which is us adults. You're gonna be okay, but you have but be okay as long as you keep all of that in mind. And don't, and love of God, do not wander off alone. You will understand that cliche more when you've seen R-rated movies, but do not wander off alone. And so Lottie just is Lottie's just completely honest with them. She doesn't put on a ruse. She just decides to treat them like people who are mature enough to understand what's happening.
Perfect. So I'm going to set up your bonus right now. Abigail raises her hand. That's weird. And is like, actually, she's right. This place has a long history of weirdness, and is going to set up a move for me called Reveal the History of Degoya County that we will have happen after the next tape prompt. So I'm owed. I asked for another night move, however. Declan.
I mean, I think Lottie's role was so good. Do I really?
It was really good, but totally unrelated to what you were doing. So,
totally unrelated. I mean,
okay. I'm not gonna make you roll with disadvantage, so that's me. That's the help that Lottie is giving you.
That I'll definitely take that. That is certainly better than the alternative. What am I rolling?
Oh,
with?
actually, I might have just lied to you, Declan. You're disassociative.
Oh,
So I don't know how good this presence and night move is going to be, because I'm going to make you roll with presence. You are trying to charm these people to not pay attention to the awful thing on the screen. Oh, is that a bad roll for you? I'm so sorry.
You know it is. Try to play it off.
At least specifically Elliot.
Oh, okay. You know what? With a +0 and disadvantage, I'm not upset with the 7.
That's pretty good. That's, I mean, for
that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it would have
been an 11 if I didn't have disadvantage, but no.
Well, you know, these things happen. So, they're like, I guess a game. I think Elliot still wanders off, bored of your game. In this case, though, he will still find the Odyssey tape. He will not watch it. The complication will be that he does not let you know he finds the Odyssey tape. Would you like to turn a key?
I need to look at the right sheet so I know which ones I actually have left to turn. Man, I should turn the chromatic desert right here.
Oh, it is juicy. You're in the middle of an Odyssey tape.
Isn't that really date?
That's why you take I Am Error. Up to you. I will not encourage either way. I will say it is a juicy moment to do it.
Dump that shark, Declan.
Of course, Steph, who has I am air and the other actual play she's in, encourages.
I mean,
Once I turn it, I don't get to use it again, right? It's a
So-
one-time thing.
I will give you a little above board meta knowledge. There is a location in the Deep Lake Lurker mystery that you can unlock that does let you unmark the Chromatic Desert, but only once. You have not discovered the particular location yet, but you can unmark the Chromatic Desert and come back once. For you, they don't forget you. Anyone else who marks the Chromatic Desert will still be forgotten, but can come back from it. But you have to find that location, which you still investigate the Deep Lake Lurker. I imagine it will happen. So
But if I mark the thing and I can't come back yet, how
they'll
can I
still
investigate?
within that particular move, as long as you narrate your clues into an Odyssey tape, they can still be used. They just anything you discover in your other world has to be narrated into an Odyssey tape for them to be used in the mystery.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, because you're kind of in this half world, so you can appear in Odyssey tapes.
You can also appear on televisions and
yes,
stuff.
you can-
You can
yes.
keep interacting with us as long as there's a TV.
I will
I
also
love
say
the-
kind of any electronic, because we've had so many radio related things in this particular game. I'll say also radio and stuff is valid. Electronic mediums you can communicate through if you mark the Chromatic Desert. If you'd like to do that now.
I love the Chromatic Desert. I am 100% okay with the complication of it. Should we have an Elliot now?
You got plenty of keys to the child still too
Okay,
if
you
you're
know what?
nervous.
I'm gonna roll a die.
All right.
Odds. I'm gonna mark the Chromatic Desert. It's a 1.
All right.
So I go to lead the kids away, like into the other room to like be distracted. Elliot wanders off, and I tell Abigail like to just wait here for 1 second, don't move, and I'm gonna like walk out the room. And in that like half second where like I'm not in either of their presence, I figure that's probably where.
if I can add a little spice, I think
Sure.
Elliot watches you disappear.
I was hoping
And-
to spare the poor kid that.
No,
But
no,
okay.
no. It's not. It's not. This is not a consequence. This is not a bad thing. I want to
Okay.
elucidate further. I think Elliot watched you disappear, and then even when you and I'm going to have you after we come back from this to the next prompt, you're going to notice that Elliot still sees you.
Okay.
And you'll see the Odyssey tape in his hands.
Do I realize that something has happened yet?
I will let you decide that when we come back. So, Isaba, we have paused. Your phone is ringing. It is Chuck. What does Isaba do?
I'll answer it.
Wonderful. Hey, no, you first. You first.
Yeah, look, last night was really fun. I don't know if it should happen again. I have these kids who just sort of fell into my lap, and I'm taking care of them, and, yeah. Just trails off awkwardly.
I still don't understand this I have kids thing now. Like, did Lottie know about this?
Lottie found out and got involved in this about the same time I did. Look, it's a real weird story. Do you remember the Rappaports?
Yeah, of course. They went missing. Everyone remembers that.
Yeah, we found them.
You found the whole family?
Just
Where
the
were they?
kids. Just the kids, and they're still kids.
You sound crazy. I think maybe I should come over. This will be this will be your night, Woo Isabo. presence or composure, I think, depends on if you're going to try to charm him not to or stay steadfast, be like, we don't need you here, it's fine.
Uh, you might as well. Lottie's been trying to fix the VCR and it's not working for whatever reason. And like,
Never mind.
if you show up here, I can explain better because you can meet them and see them. And
Never mind, no night move needs to be rolled. You've chosen the consequence.
yeah,
Okay. Atto. You've come back inside from you and Cassie smoking together. Had a realization that maybe you haven't grown the fuck up at all. Cassie looks like still conflicted. If you want to do something with that, or what is Kato up to now? You've seen everything transpire besides Declan disappearing. We'll cover that in a second.
I think that now being like called out on this and realizing everything, she's gonna be like, huh. I guess I have him. So I guess it's time to start. So she's gonna go and try and talk to Lottie about what happened earlier.
I love this art. I love this character arc.
The scene is yours, Kato. Tell me how you. Lottie is just given a real great distract. You do watch and are convinced by Lottie's little display, like, oh no, everything's fine, everything's fine. But yeah, there you.
Yeah. Okay, Kato. Everyone's accounted. Everyone's accounted for. Declan's taking care of. Declan is taking care of Elliot. It looks like we're gonna keep everyone safe this night. This night with this creepy tape.
So you kissed me earlier.
I did, and I didn't expect to get closure on that. So, but
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect to give you closure on it either.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Okay, I've been alone a while. I've been alone for a while, and you, my God, you are Carpe Diem personified. Hey, girl, you are. So yeah, I think. So yeah, I think you're. Yeah, every now and then. And it's. I shouldn't. You told me to grab what I wanted. I did something stupid. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to think anything of it.
I'm not mad about the kiss.
You're not.
I'm a little mad you didn't ask me, but I don't know. If you asked, I might have said yes.
I do. Your lovely keeper has a question. Is this conversation happening in the living room in front of Cassie, Abigail, and Casey?
Oh fuck yeah, it is.
Okay, just clarifying. Continue, please.
So Kato has no social awareness. I think we've discussed this.
So the kids with popcorn have now turned on the couch away from the TV towards us. So I didn't read it incorrectly. Just jumped a little early.
No, you definitely read it incorrectly. I'm just saying that, like, if you asked, then I might have said yes. I was talking more about, like, hobbies and, like, passions and stuff. Not, like... Typically don't grab people. Typically. But, yeah, I mean... I don't know. I guess it was fine. Maybe loosen your tongue next time.
So I think Isabu closes her phone and comes back in and presses play on the tape now. Ben, I believe that is you.
Yeah. The hosts drag their makeover kit, a heavy black duffel bag, from off screen. They begin to assemble their tools. First foundations and eyeshadow palettes, then hairsprays, curling irons. What do they pull out of their bag that prompts Gracie's final futile attempt to escape? So, this big heavy black duffel bag. In addition to the makeup kit, they also bring out a few. They bring out a tool case that is got various implements ranging from surgical implements to actual like construction tools. They almost reverently bring out a case. It's one of those like plastic hard cases with the little clips on the front to like hold it closed. And it's this like pristine, almost like obsessively maintained plastic case that they open up, and there is what can only be described as a surgical Dremel. And they take it out, and one of them kind of plugs it into the wall with like shaking hands, and as it plugs in, there's that little like kind of pop, like as the electricity goes, for just or like it as it kind of connects, and the lady that's plugging it in kind of gives a little kind of like shuddering gasp, and the other one flicks the power button and goes at which point Gracie attempts to starts kind of thrashing in the chair in order to try to get away.
You press pause again.
Also, you think you might see some like movement in the background? I don't know. It's weird.
What could that be about?
I don't know.
So, I think we're gonna save Declan's juicy key turn for last. So Isabeau, you hang up your phone, you watch this more of the tape. All the kids and adults are like, what the fuck is this? What is this? And that's when you hear knocking at the door, Isabeau.
This was a bad idea. All right, goes to answer
You're lucky
it.
Declan is in the tape.
Don't worry, Lottie has a lamp.
Yeah, Isabel will go to answer it.
There Chuck is at your doorstep. Hey.
Yeah, look, come in. It's easier just to show you than explain.
Okay, I guess.
So she'll invite him in. Like, hey, this is Elliot and Casey Rappaport. Hey, kids, this is Chuck Jr. You remember him, don't you?
Hi, bro.
Looks down at Abigail and Elliot.
Hey, Elliot.
Cocks his head at Cassie. It's like, you look familiar too. All of them?
Remember my brother?
Yeah, not even talking to you, laddie. Like he is fully just taking in the absurdity of what is happening right now. Looks at Ispo. All of them, like gestures to Cassie, Casey, Abigail, and Elliot.
Yeah, it's not like I can call CPS about this.
This feels like something you would call CPS about. They're
Oh, yes, hello, CPS. I found children who disappeared 10 years ago. Only, wow, it's super weird. They haven't aged 10 years.
You know what? No. Points at Lottie. We'll talk later. It grabs you by the arm, Isabo, and drags you into the kitchen for a private conversation. So we'll cut back to Kato and Lottie.
He's like, what? He's like, I think I think they're doing pretty well.
Kato, Cassie has been watching this, and probably maybe you're not socially aware, but you have peripheral vision. Already not in a good mood. You've watched her mouth curl down into an angry face, and she stands up, pockets phone, says, "You know what? Fuck this. I'm out of here. Fuck all of you." And heads to the door.
Kato is very confused and immediately starts walking toward her, just completely leaving Lottie in the fucking dust. Like, hey, whoa, wait,
Hey, I'm not apologizing.
Why are you leaving, Cassie? This is...
Oh, I'm sorry. I felt like maybe you and your girlfriend should have some private time together.
You met Bianca. She's not here. What are you... Oh, you mean that?
That? You know what? Maybe you have changed, actually. Maybe I was wrong.
Okay. Listen. She kissed me, first of all. And I was just gonna ignore it because I don't know, I guess that's just what I've always done. And then you brought up like, hey, maybe you're actually not growing as a person. And I was like, you know what? Fuck, maybe I'm not. And so then I decided, I guess I'm gonna try. And so what do I do? What do I get when I try? For not even my sake, but yours, to be a better person? Is you fucking calling me a bitch and leaving? Fine. Bye.
Bye. Walks out.
Don't let the dog bark you on the way out.
There's a TV in the room, right?
There is a TV in the room.
Okay.
We'll cut away from Kato as the front door slams as Cassie walks out. I won't call for a move there because damn, that was already bad enough. So, Lottie, you watch that transpire. You hear Kato talk about your kiss that way. You watch Cassie leave, clearly a little jealous. What do you do? You've also watched your brother tell you later and drag Isabeau into the kitchen for a private convo. You can, and I will say, you can interrupt any of those things. You can chase after Cassie to be like, "Don't, oh God, we're not supposed to split up." Whatever you want to do, just yeah.
I know what I am going to chase after Cassie. Before I do, I'm going to look at Kato and say, "Hey, the reason I didn't talk about my hobbies and interests is I thought you would, because I'm a sort of." Because I thought you would think I was weird and that makes me feel more isolated than before. And then she walks off with that. And like, what did you just do to Cat? And how did you just make Cassie feel right then? And Lottie goes after Cassie. Lottie goes after Cassie. Just no one is going off alone.
Okay. You step outside and follow after Cassie. We'll catch back up with that.
I will happily make a roll with vitality because I am.
Okay. You know what? You proposed it, so I'm happy to oblige. We'll call the night move with vitality. What are you worried is going to happen if you fail?
Oh well, out of character, I'm worried about the evil monster dog. Especially since her brother was already a victim of it, so she's pretty at risk.
So you're not worried she's gonna get killed? You're worried she's gonna get taken over?
Oh, yeah, honestly, either one.
I will say I will remind you, one of the clues that was given was that Cassie is next. But that could mean is getting killed or is going to be the next sort of vessel for.
I'll say Lottie is afraid of her getting killed if she walks off alone.
It
which means
is.
it could be worse.
It is in fact worse than that. Not only will Cassie be killed, the words next to her body will be Cato Fabiana did this.
Oh god, dying. Oh god,
So
dying. I've seen so many episodes of Detective Conan that I know how important that is.
So now we'll pop to Declan. I think the only person who probably can't see you clearly potentially, well, besides the NPCs, Isabeau is in the kitchen or being drugged in the kitchen by Chuck. Kato has just had a conversation with Cassie, pretty close to where I think you're going to disappear. I'll let Kato decide if she watches Declan vanish from this reality or not.
Oh no, Kato's getting on her bike and going to the park.
Okay, sounds
She's
good.
mad.
Declan, the only person who can see you then is Elliot. You leave our reality and enter the Chromatic Desert. I'm going to ask you a difficult question now. What has changed about your new reality? What does the Chromatic Desert look like? It can, by the way, this is as open-ended as possible. It can look like anything you want. It can look very similar to our world with just weird changes, just whatever you want it to be.
I feel like the Chromatic Desert, at least from Declan's perspective, maybe different for everybody, is it's gonna be a slightly more washed out kind of color palette. It's not black and white, it's not sepia, but it's definitely got that like, this is a VHS tape that's been watched a lot and has kind of started to break down just a little bit.
You need to adjust the tracking.
Yeah, exactly. There is a bit of static that kind of goes off like kind of at the edges of his vision, and whenever anybody moves, it's got that weird, like, it's not a smooth frame rate like early high def TVs that, like, when you tried to watch anything that was happening quickly on them, like, had a weird little like after image like blur effect. But the most important thing is that while the house itself looks like what you would expect, outside the windows are just kind of these featureless expanse of not sand. It's almost like physical like snow that you would see on a TV screen. It's just like doing the gray snow.
I see.
Were Declan to like leave the house, the immediate surrounding area kind of looks like what it should, almost like it kind of appears ahead of him, like once it gets within a certain radius. But beyond that, it's just that kind of featureless gray, kind of like sand of static.
Okay. So, you were trying to stop Elliot from doing something deeply dangerous and terrible. You disappear. Elliot watches you disappear, holding that picture clamshell of an Odyssey tape. Looks at you and is like, "Oh, you're kind of where I was now, weren't you?" And grabs your hand, taking one off the Odyssey tape, and kind of leads you back to the living room, bringing the Odyssey tape to show. To leave in the living room with everyone else, but to lead you back to where you were, letting you know that he's safe. But Elliot can see and touch you, apparently. And I'll say, as an additional bonus, Abigail kind of glances up and is like, "Oh, you're back. Like, it's fine." No one else in the living room seems to register you, though.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry, kids. Everything's gonna be okay. I need to stay in here with John Travolta meme. Fuck did everybody else go?
Casey's there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Casey is still there. You can see Isabeau and Chuck in the kitchen, like, where we're about to cut right now. Oh no, sorry, I already did that.
No,
Really
no, we
important.
haven't.
I thought part of the pause was you getting drugged there, right?
Yeah, but we haven't done the scene in the kitchen yet.
Right. No, I
Okay.
was gonna say we're gonna go to the final prompt, which is yours.
Important thing that I want to do is I want to like I probably still have the flyer from the station
Yeah.
like in my back pocket, and the right now like the most important thing is kind of like letting Casey know that I found this thing. I should have done that before. Like Declan's gonna like beat himself up over that internally.
Okay.
But that's like right now is like I got to figure out a way to like let him know that this is a thing. He's in danger.
So final prompt, which is all yours, Rachel.
Yeah, so the tape cuts to the final moments of the episode. Gracie is turned away from the viewer, and the hosts beam as they spin her toward the camera for the big reveal. How have the hosts corrected Gracie's flaws? And how does she, in the end, concede that they were right? A change was exactly what she needed. So when Gracie's face is on camera, she's just as intensely made up as the hosts. And this is clearly not an everyday look. This is not something that she can replicate because it took them 2 hours to do. And nobody except a professional entertainer has that time to be in hair and makeup for that long. And so this change is clearly temporary. You know, Gracie might take a tip about eyeliner or lipstick and carry it forward, but she's not going to look like this tomorrow or the next day or the day after that. But she's got little tacks in her skin, little marks or pins. And that's what is puppeting her. As she says, this is exactly what she needed.
Hey, Benz. So, where to go? Let's go, Lottie. You're chasing after. You're chasing after Cassie.
Yeah, why do we have to have Cassie, Casey, Cassandra? So it is hard to keep track of all these this many characters.
Look who you're talking to right now. Who has to play all of them?
Hey, yeah. So yeah, Lottie doesn't want Kate. Lottie goes after Cassie. See.
Yeah. So you're out on the street. She's looks like she's gonna walk home.
Do I make the night move now?
Yes, please. I thought you already rolled it, didn't you? No, I may be wrong.
No.
That was a different night move. Yes, this will be a vitality night move. Yeah.
I finally get to use it. I am the person with the highest vitality. I took vitality when I very first thing. Oh, not so.
All right.
That could be worse.
All right. So you sprint up and catch Cassie. And you grab her arm and just like, I'm sorry, who the fuck are you exactly?
Lottie, you probably know my brother Chuck Larkin. You're the handyman. He's every who am I? I'm someone who's been through shit. Okay, I'm someone who's still figuring out who I want to figure out who I want to be after I've been through all the shit that I've been through and all the shit that I'm gonna deal with. But I want to use what I would do what I possibly can to make sure you don't have to go or you don't have to go through any more shit than you need to. Do
Honey, it's a little fucking late for that. My whole family is dead, and my brother's on the loose. Uh, what do you think you have to teach me?
uh,
And I think the complication will be here, Lottie. As you're talking to Cassie, you don't see her brother. You do see Officer Barker. Um, the tentacles from his back writhing excitingly, watching you have this angry, terse discussion with Cassie. How's Lottie feeling after that? Seeing that.
I have an idea for turning the key.
Okay, if you'd like to turn a key to avoid the condition I'm obviously going to give you.
Yeah, I don't want a third condition.
Fair.
I want to turn turn a key of the child to. She asked me, "What do I have to teach? What do I have that I could teach her about?" I want to flashback to when you experienced childhood trauma.
Okay, we'll pause there. I might make you save the key for next week because we're already over time. Let's follow Kato real quick. Kato has left the house, is going to Azure Park at night. Alone. Great.
She needs a drive. Late night drive, you know.
Late night drive. All right, so you pull into Azure Park at night. There is, oops, too far. In the park, you see a tour bus with. You're not familiar with Doctor yet, but there is this doctor's face plastered on it. Dr. Cerulean, accompanied in a text that deeply unfamiliar to you. You're not the most educated person, so you're not a linguist, so it's probably fine. There, however, is in the park nearby a brand new set of children's playground equipment, all painted blue, and a water fountain flowing freely with blue, and a septic? Question mark, maybe. We're gonna paint the scene real quick. This is correct. This is true. What about the park makes you want to stay forever?
The vending machines are broken, so you can always press the button and get snacks.
Wonderful.
The restrooms are like plain, like the public restrooms are not only sparklingly clean, they're like the restrooms on an airplane where you can completely shut the door.
Okay.
Or just idea, or for actual privacy.
The especially at night, there is a combination of different sound cues that just make the place feel very kind of nostalgic. You hear the chirping of crickets. You hear the clank of the swing the chains on the swings. And you hear the creak of the little like weird spring animal thingies. You hear faintly the sound of an ice cream truck. Like it's all things that are like, this is a happy place. You should stay here. Don't go out there. All these things will go away if you leave.
I'm putting in the notes real quick.
I think
No
I responded
worries.
to the correct prompt. I couldn't see it, so I think that was correct.
You
Yeah,
did.
yeah, you did.
Okay,
You
cool.
did.
There is a stage, and on that stage is a microphone that's plugged into nothing. But there's also a karaoke machine, and it has literally every song.
Nice. All right, Kato. Everything described is before you. What's Kato doing?
She's walking around and trying to like figure out what the hell is up with this weird ass park.
That sounds like meddling me with reason, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That there's a sensitivity for how good this park is at night.
I mean, I'll roll either one. My sensitivity's worse.
I'll leave it up to you.
Sensitivity it is.
I see.
That's a 3.
So here's what'll happen. You're looking for what's going on, and man, that tour bus just seems so interesting, doesn't it? So, oh, that's weird. You walk toward the door. The door's open. You step on board and step out into the lobby of Station 25.5. But this lobby has been redecorated to an operating room, and the doctor is in. The nurse aides grab you and strap you down, and Dr. Cerulean is going to operate on you. Would you like to turn a key?
Yeah. Let's do. I think since this was just sensitivity, I think it makes perfect sense to mark the Phasm as well.
Sounds good. We'll rewind. Walk to the bus and check it out, but decide not to fully enter it. You do see something stuck in the doors, though, so you do pop it open. And it's a deed to a medical clinic, but it has the exact same address as Station 25.5. The complication will be, as you open it, you open the doors, you grab the deed, and you notice feet. And you glance up, and there is a doctor in full blue scrubs, with a smile too wide for his mask, looming over you. That's a little cutaway from Kato. So we need to wrap this shit. So, Isabeau, you've been drug into the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need to know everything that's going on right now.
You know, I am as disturbed and curious as you are. I am also at loose ends. I don't know what's going on. I just know that there are kids in my house, and as long as they're here, I'm gonna try and take care of them.
Okay, well, I guess that's fine. What about us, though?
God damn it. What about us?
Do I really need to elaborate? It could have meant nothing, right? You came over last night.
I have a job in the city that I am going to go back to at some point, and you have shit here? So I don't want to leave my life. You don't want to leave yours. So yeah, where does that leave us? Kind of in the middle of nowhere.
So you just used me then.
Okay, you texted me first.
Yeah, but I just wanted to see you. It wasn't for a booty call.
Yeah, but we both knew that was how it was gonna end up, right? We know how we are together.
You know what? Have fun with your kids, I guess.
have fun being a contractor in the middle of Nowheresville.
So, uh, Declan, I really want to give Eastbow a condition, but I haven't thought of a spicy one yet. Um, Declan, this is when you're kind of going to realize real clearly that only certain people in this house can see you. Um, as Chuck storms out of the kitchen, he passes through you in front of Abigail and Elliot and makes his way out of the home. And Abigail and Elliot are watching, like, oh, Elliot's already realized it, but you hear Abigail say, oh, oh, um,
I that's not important. We can deal with that later. Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. Um, yeah, he's kind of like repeating that like the way you would with a little kid, normally one that hasn't been through what they've been through though. Um,
I think Abigail looks, she's like, yeah, no, you got us out. We can get you out too, right?
yeah. Um, um, can you? I'm gonna hand them the fly. Try to hand Elliot the flyer while it's wrapped up, or while it's still folded up. I'm gonna say, can you give this to Casey?
I think so. By the way, Casey is watching all of this transpire with a deeply confused look on his face, like, who are you all talking to right now? But Elliot reaches up and grabs your flyer, and you don't see any weird thing happen, no glitch or anything like that. He just kind of unfolds this like, hey, Declan wanted me to give this to you in case it's like,
Tell him I think he might be in danger, and so it's very important. Like I've been telling everybody that he not go off by himself.
so I think this is when you learn you come through electronic devices because you appear as sort of like a public announcement, like saying what you just said, and that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Okay.
All right. So thank you everyone so much for sticking around. We ran a bit late tonight, but it was very juicy and good, and I couldn't force myself to cut off the juiciness.
I'm used to ending
We
on cliffhangers, not 4 cliffhangers at the
Four
same
cliffhangers, baby. Let's go. So one last time, I would like my players to say goodbye and say what they're up to, and also stars and wishes.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm Ben Ravensdale. I've been playing Declan, the very anxious eternal babysitter. You can find me here on Monday nights for a Dragon Age game at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also find me on a YouTube series where I'm running a superhero RPG called Vigilantes Union. You can find me. It's all on the table. RPGs is the YouTube name. Um, you can also, well, you can find it elsewhere, but that's fine. That's the most important one. Yeah, I'm going to be running a stream actually on Twitch this Saturday at noon EST, which is going to be kind of a tie into the Vigilantes Union thing. So again, all on the table RPGs. Hopefully you'll find me there. Thank you very much for joining us again. And I feel like I'm rambling, so I will cut it off. Oh wait,
Stars and wishes.
Yeah, stars and wishes. Stars, I like the fact that like things I appreciate the fact that things have kind of gone in a direction that have made Declan crack a little bit. I always find it fun when characters kind of hit their limit. Stars, I do appreciate all of the interpersonal relationship romantic drama going on with the other characters. I even more appreciate the fact that Declan is sort of removed from all of that. It makes me very happy. Wishes, really wish people would just stay in one place together because it's so much safer that way. But no, everybody in a horror movie has to wander off on their own because reasons. I think that's all I have. Thank you very much.
That's you, Jane.
Oh, you're pointing at me. Yeah. Hello, I'm Jane. You can find me at Trekkie140 on pretty much every social media, including but especially Discord, including the Stolen Fires Discord. I Discord. I'm having so much fun for Stars of Wishes. I kind of just want to give everybody deserves stars for doing this, including your GM, Aaron. You are unbelievably good at juggling all these balls at once. All these balls at once. And is and so Rachel. Oh, Isabu just hurts. I totally get it. Steph Kato is worst girl, and I love her. For Ben Declan is perfect. Change nothing. 10 out of 10 no notes. As for Wish, this is gonna be a little broad. I wish that next session, we pick up the pieces. This is because this is a session where things have kind of fallen apart, where where there has been more tension between all the characters than ever before. There has been more conflict than ever. We've been more distracted than ever while investigating mysteries. We did not try to solve a mystery tonight, even though we have enough clues. I want the next session to be really the team, the band gets back together. Where we are able to clean up the messes we've made, find reconciliation with each other, and go solve some mysteries. Sort of rediscover that thing that binds us together instead of continuing to be at each other's throats because we get CW drama up in here.
If I may, the getting back together part might be a little bit difficult with Declan's current situation, but otherwise I'm totally on board with that.
Oh, you can zoom. Oh, you can zoom
I
call
can
us.
Zoom call you. Best quote of the night.
Beautiful.
That was. Okay. I need to be keeping track of how many laughs I get.
Rachel.
Hello, I'm Rachel. I am Stolen Fires pretty much everywhere. I'm she, her. I've posted the Discord link into the Twitch chat. Come join us. It's a fun place to be. You will find me tomorrow running Blade Runner, and then back here on Monday as we begin the finale for the Dragon Age RPG. And then every so often on Wednesday, when I feel like it, I stream the Dragon Age Inquisition. Although I didn't stream it because I'm depressed about BioWare. Get your shit together. And so as far as Stars and Wishes, I agree with what Jane has said. I liked role-playing out the arguments, but now it's, start to fix stuff. And maybe there will be more arguments along the way, but yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
No wishes?
I suppose the wish is for the, like what Jane said, for the narrative to progress in the, yeah.
Well,
I'm Steph. I use she, her pronouns, and you can find me pretty much anywhere as Steph Infection. Especially on Discord. I'm most active in the Gauntlet Discord, and I am also in the Stolen Fires Discord, as previously mentioned. I am working on a couple of different games right now, the main one being Site 42, which is a car from Brindlewood game inspired by SCP. I am hoping to have a solid playtest build of it ready by October, so look out for that. And as for Stars and Wishes go, Aaron, I loved all of the fucking the clues that you gave and like how you changed them. I also was a big fan of the walking into into the tour bus into a fucking operating room. That was incredible. I loved that. I didn't write that in. That was all Aaron. Like I didn't write that in the mystery. That was just good GMing. So really big stars for that one. Then I really like Declan and this sort of like study in like isolation, but isolation that is crowded. You know what I mean? Like that sort of feeling of being surrounded but still alone. I'm really getting that kind of vibe from Declan, and it's really fun to play with and experience. Jane stars for all of the fucking drama between Lottie and Kato. I really love that. I'm having a great time being just terrible and yeah, basically reliving my personal real life past traumas of being a horrible person and coming to terms with it and fixing it. It's very fun.
Oh my god, I'm best girl. How did that happen? I can't be best girl. I'm terrible at this.
Pretty much. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And Rachel, I absolutely adore Isabeau and Chuck's interactions. It's really fucking fun, and I'm very excited to see what happens with them, because like and this is, I guess, sort of leans into a wish. I'm excited to see more of Chuck Jr.'s like personality developing here as this goes on, because at first it sort of felt like Chuck was kind of, I don't know, like Thule, really. He was kind of Thule, and then as things are starting to progress, we're learning, no, he's kind of just much like Lottie and presumably the rest of the Larkins, just kind of socially awkward and a little bit bad at words, which is just a great way to, I don't know, it's just, I love it. I'm very excited to see how that develops.
That just leaves me, your keeper, Aaron. My pronouns are she, they, they. You can find me literally on all the social medias as Gricatulu. You can find me here tomorrow playing Blade Runner as my disaster character, just who makes all of the best choices. Actually, I did make a very good choice. I was protecting my squad mate, who is a replicant that got outed to our boss. Anyways, after that, I don't think my one shot of Saturday is happening anymore because we have not had the session 0 yet. Sunday I'll be recording something, but I don't know when it will be coming out. But I'll be recording a game of End of the World by Fantasy Flight Games. The End of the World thing we're doing is very much based on The Last of Us, but it's an all disabled cast. We're going to have been kicked out of the place, our refuge, because we're disabled. It's going to be a very there'll be ableist pieces of shit in the game, but it will not be an ableist game. It'll be focusing fully on people with disabilities don't need to be sacrificed. We can be the heroes of the fucking story too. So yeah, really excited to start recording that on Sunday. Stars and wishes. God, there are so many stars tonight. Big star for Declan marking fucking Chromatic Desert. What a fucking move. It's always a bold. No, I doubt anyone who's played Public Access has casually marked the Chromatic Desert, but what a fucking moment when trying to save the person who was kind of in the other world himself. Marking it then, very chef's kiss. Rachel, Isabeau, it's just Isabeau is just like I feel like the arc of like I'm going to be a better person is happening, partly because you have to deal with your former paramour is making it happen. Like I have to explain all this weirdness to another person who is outside of this weirdness. Lottie loved the smooch, loved loved the blow up argument. That's a wish for Isabeau, or not a wish, a star for Isabeau as well. The blow up argument in this fucking the lobby of station 25.5. Fuck, that was good. It was so good.
Yeah, Lottie ships Isabeau and Chuck.
Yeah, it was very toxic and very great. I live for drama. Steph, kind of in the same vein, the awful toxicity that is Kato at this point. Oh, I'm going to casually flirt with Cassie, and then talk about smooching Lottie in front of Cassie was just peak disaster decision. Like, it's fine. I have a girlfriend, and it's not either of these two. Just mwah. I really don't have any wishes. This game was fucking great. I just yeah, I'm having so much fun running for you all. I don't have a wish tonight. I realize that's lame, but that's yeah, the more of the same. I think that's it for all of us here. Thank you so much to our audience. Thank you so much, my players. We're gonna log off because it is way over time tonight. Sorry, everyone. Good
Bye.
night.
Good night.
It was worth every minute. I love playing with you all. Bye.